Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Hi, chat. Once again, I've been spammed with hydrates once again. I'll never not love that. Hi, chat. Let's see here. Who's in chat? Hi, Eli. Hi, Joe. Hi, Xenon. Hi, Eli again. It's just hi, Pixel. Hi, Tori. Hi, Kai. Hi, everyone. This is an early stream today. I usually don't do early streams, but I got a special guest here today.
It is me.
You want to introduce yourself?
I don't really know how to do that.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm Ryan Boone, or BooneBum,
mm.
and yeah, not really sure. Like, should I just?
Say what you want. Go ahead.
I mean, like, I'm all embarrassed.
No, don't worry.
I
We're full of cringe lords here.
I guess I co-created Raining Tacos, if anyone remembers that. Many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. That's kind of it. that's kind of what I've done.
Yeah,
But,
you basically created the art behind almost all early 2000 kids' childhood.
I wouldn't say like all, but
Majority, those who were terminally online at least.
yeah. I mean, like I kind of nabbed that. I mean, I think it's kind of worn off by now. But there was a few years where like the flip note art style was mine. Like people were like, that's the BooneBum style. But I'm kind of glad that's you know,
it's died down.
yeah. Like I don't like taking. I don't want to take credit for that. That's not really like.
It's not. You don't claim it.
No, I don't claim like all of the footnote styles because it was just literally me doing what a bunch of other people were doing and drawing with it. But I mean, it's still like I still have my own art like style, but it's basically majority that. But at least the old style is. I don't really know how to properly. Like I don't really have much of a set style anymore. It's just doodle art.
I've seen actually your other art. Like I think one of my favorite animations that you've made was your Lupin reanimated scene. Because actually I love I love Lupin the Third. It's my favorite anime.
I got into Lupin like a year or so ago, like very intensely. Like it was very odd.
What part did you get into first? Because there's like multiple parts.
Part two.
Part two.
I still haven't like fully seen like every single Lupin thing yet, but I got really into part two, and part two is still my favorite. But I love the art of part three. Part one's pretty cool, and then like the newer art is in the like parts like 4 and 5,
like 4 or
6.
5, and then onward. We're getting like a part 8, I believe now.
Part 8. Well, yeah, because there's like a prequel series going on right now. I think
there is,
where they're like young.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. I haven't watched that yet. I got introduced to Lupin through the 3D movie. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I think that's the first Lupin movie I watched.
Yeah.
And then I think it was the Miyazaki movie. Because like you like I got into Lupin, and then I found out Miyazaki's first movie was a Lupin movie. I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go watch that. And
I haven't watched it yet. I really want to.
It's a great movie.
I really gotta watch that movie. Who's your favorite Lupin character? I gotta ask.
It's gotta be Lupin.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Jigen's a good second there. Me and my friend kind of like. So my friend who got me into it, or like introduced me, she's very big on like shipping like Lupin and Jigen together.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was getting into it, I'm like, I get it.
You see it.
Wait, are we able to curse on this?
Yeah, you can curse.
Yeah. So I basically, when I was getting really into it, I was like, yeah, I fuck with Jigen in Lupin.
Yeah.
Like that's my ship. I get it.
You
I'm
see
all over it.
The way they look at each other.
Yes, I'm like, and then I see how Jigen gets when Lupin's fawning over other women, and I'm like, he's mad.
'Cause he's gay.
Yeah, no, they're like that's his man's.
My two favorite characters is Jigen and Goemon. I'm in love with Goemon.
Yeah, Goemon, he, like, a lot of people, like, he's not as popular, but, like, I see it, because, like, I think there's one clip that I have saved from him, where I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this guy too. And it was that thing where he loses on the roulettes and goes, I gotta kill myself now.
I must restore my honor. And
Yeah.
he like pulls his sword out, and everyone's like, whoa, Goemon, it's just a game.
Yeah.
I love Goemon. He's just such a pretty boy, but he's so stupid sometimes.
In part 3, though, he looks a little too 80s, I think.
Yeah,
like,
he does.
He looks a little odd in part 3.
It's definitely like his like chin line. Like he looks silly.
I mean, you can't really top how weird Fujiko is, though. Part 3. Fujiko in part 3 is so weird looking.
No, I love Lupin. Oh, Zenigata though.
Dude, okay, so I am big on Lupin and Jigen, but I'm also very, like...
Lupin and Zenigata?
Some days I'm like, oh my god, this is the one. This is the shit.
Yeah.
Because there's so many clips where I'm like, oh my god, Zenigata is in love with this man.
Why would he chase him?
He is obsessed. Yeah, and like, in Lupin just, like, in Lupin knows. He knows.
It's like, ooh, you want me.
You can't say he doesn't know.
Exactly. I see it. I shake hands with you on that.
Yeah.
But, well, besides Lupin, we're also here to discuss about nostalgia, and I'm here to pick at your brain.
Yeah, I got lots to work with, hopefully.
So
I had to do a lot of reminiscing.
You've been prepared. You studied for the test.
Yes.
So I guess I'll shoot you with the first question then. Well, how would you define nostalgia to you? And this could be your own definition, or like even from your own life experiences.
I like nostalgia to me. That's like obviously it's memories, but I think it's memories mixed with a feeling and a vibe. It's just, it's kind of like I think the feeling has to be mixed with the memory for it to be nostalgia. And most nostalgia obviously is always like positive stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, not all nostalgia is like good and stuff, but because obviously you like look back and go, oh, that was cringy.
Yeah.
Or oh, that was like actually a really bad time. But just any sort of memory that's like combined with like a heavy feeling, or like a combination of things, like if remembering one thing makes you remember a whole bunch of other things, like that's nostalgia for me. Like that's yeah.
Would you say you often get nostalgia?
Yeah. I mean, like I'm online a lot, and I kind of only consume a lot of things that I just have always consumed. So like it's not like I always go, oh, I remember that. It's more like, oh, I saw that yesterday. Like I still constantly am surrounded by the stuff. Most of the time when I think like directly nostalgia, it's like usually with my sister, because like in the early internet days, like that's kind of when my sister was online a lot too with me. And she's always like, typically when I like text her sometimes, or she'll just randomly call me out of nowhere and be like, do you remember this? And I'm like, yep, I remember that. And it's literally like, it just said like, I'm surrounded with it all the time. So I go, yep, I remember that, because kind of I was just looking at something like that yesterday. Or so it's like, I'd say I guess I live in the nostalgia, but I kind of don't really process it too much.
No, I totally get that. Like, sometimes we'll just surround ourselves with things, or we're already surrounded with the idea of nostalgia. Also, hi, Shade. I see you in chat. Also, hi, first time in chat, Blackwater Fiend? Yeah, Fiend. Welcome, first time in chat.
Oh, that's someone from my end.
Oh, hello!
I recognize that. I actually met him through Twitch.
Oh, funny!
So, yeah.
Ah, that's so cool. Welcome. But, no, yeah, I feel like we do somehow, like, unless you, like, isolate yourself in, like, the future, we do often find ourselves, like, surrounded with one thing of nostalgia, whether that be, like, it's already there, or it's the media, because the media is, like, bringing back a lot of nostalgic things.
Yeah.
or like even like items that we have that we kept on, because I'm a toy collector. I don't know if you've seen that from my Twitter, but
I've seen a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I actively collect like old items that were from my childhood. So every day I wake up and I look at my shelf, I'm just like, oh yeah, memories. Like, who needs drugs when you got nostalgia?
Exactly.
It's like, don't worry, Mom, I'm not gonna ever do drugs. I got nostalgia.
Yeah. I'm not gonna meet anyone messed up because they're gonna see this stuff and be like, nah.
Yeah. I enjoy
only the true people will see it and go, yeah.
Yeah.
So only good people.
Only good people. Also, Blackwater Fiend, you're immediately cool to me because you brought up Little Big Planet, and I rarely see anyone say anything about Little Big Planet. I actually have a Little Big Planet. I have a Sackboy controller holder on my desk, actually, so that's cool.
Little Big Planet is something I always wanted to play growing up, but
really?
I never got to. I always liked Sackboy because like I love
he's like a silly dude.
I love the idea of ragdolls.
Yeah.
And I have a character from like years ago that like he's still in like the vault. Like he's gonna be used in something I use in my life at some point. But he basically kind of looks like Sackboy, but like an edgy version of him. like I'm saving for like my inevitable like edgy story that I don't know if it'll be like in a video game that I make or a storybook or something. But it's gonna like because everything I do is like kind of kid related.
I feel like knowing you, Boone, I feel like you'd absolutely love Little Big Planet, especially Little Big Planet 2, because I grew up with that as a kid, and the amount of creativity that you can have is endless.
Yeah, that's the appeal.
Yeah. It's endless, and I love that game so much.
It's like a game where you're able to like basically create your own stuff, right?
Yeah, like anything and everything. Costumes, items, levels, movies even.
Oh wow.
Like I have seen people make like cinematic art pieces on Little Big Planet. And like
that's great.
I gotta show you some of these at one time, at one point, because it is amazing. I actually made my own movie series on Little Big Planet, but I don't want to look back at it because it's really bad. Because I made like a creepypasta OZ.
I totally get like it when you're just like growing up and you're just like consumed with all that stuff. Like you're making it. You're also making it. Like that's the main reason like Raining Tacos was a thing, is because it was like a completely product of its time, and that's the stuff I was just that's what was popular, so I was making it.
No, that honestly like the products of their times were truly like they're truly just that, honestly. And then when you look back at it, especially if you're the creator of them, it's just like so many mixed feelings. It
kind of gets taken away from you, like it's not like yours anymore. It becomes like it belongs to the internet.
Yeah,
now.
it belongs to the
internet. To the ether.
Like once it's out of your hands, it's gone for so long. It's just like it's like a whole new thing. Like like what do you do at that point?
You just watch. You just watch and you it's up to you. Like I personally I like to like look up like things about like I'll like every now and again I'll just like look up Raining Tacos or just anything that I've kind of made. Like it's kind of like the modern version of just Googling yourself.
Right.
But like I do it strictly just because like there are some like really great like artists and stuff, and sometimes I just see like a fan art and I'll be like, what? So.
Also, Blackwater Fiend, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Woot.
No, yeah, we're breaking way so good into this. All right, so let me shoot you with your next question. You just get ready for this one.
Yeah.
So, was there any children's media that you watched as a kid that you think would be impactful to kids nowadays in this growing generation?
So I thought about this one for a little bit because like it's kind of hard, like because a lot of the stuff I grew up with I don't think would have too much of a maybe good impact. Because like nowadays that there are some good things, like obviously like I mean not YouTube kids content.
No, yeah, we're talking about like TV shows.
Yeah, so with like TV, there are some like good stuff for kids to like learn stuff. Like they do teach like really good things for kids nowadays, but like I mean, I don't think everything also has to be like a lesson too.
Right.
Like, because I think like, because kids aren't like, they're not dumb, and also the kids like dumb things more than adults do.
Yeah.
So I think there should be like more silly, like, because all the cartoons I grew up with were just so silly and creative and funny.
Can you name me one that you watch?
I watched so many. Billy and Mandy was probably really, that's definitely on the top. Because whoa.
Yeah, I have video reacts, and they play on the TV sometimes, so it's just like a cat that just go meow.
But yeah, Billy and Mandy is definitely like a very good example of it, because like that show, like there's no good messages in it. It's all
chaos.
Like chaos. Like basically, it's a wonderful cartoon. But something I also like I wrote down though that like. Because you mentioned impactful, though. Yeah. Because there's definitely some things that could be impactful, and I think nowadays, kids could really use like some more like serious, edgy media. Yeah. Even for like younger kids, because I always think back to like the stuff that Bionicles made. Oh yeah. Where because it was so different when I was younger, to where like it felt like older. It felt like raw, and it was super cool that they had these like really serious scenarios. Like I never got to actually watch the movies and stuff, because it was always like out of my grasp when I was like younger. But the stuff that I was able to see, like the trailers for the new toy sets and like all that, like it just had this like really cool serious tone. Yeah. And from what I got from it, I had so much like it made my imagination just go crazy, because since I didn't know too much about the actual like media with the details and stuff, I made up my own stuff. And I remember like whenever I was like playing with toys and stuff, it was just always so dramatic and like epic. And it was, I don't know, like I don't really see too much of that with like young kids nowadays. They're not like anytime I see anything that's like edgy, it's usually like creepypasta stuff. Yeah. But like, I don't know, I feel like there should be more, I don't know, I think kids kind of deserve things that are more than, safe things. Right. Because when we grew up, like we didn't grow up like around the same age, but we definitely grew up around that same area when edgy was kind of like the thing in the early 2000s. Yeah. That was kind of ingrained in our brain. Like Billy and Mandy, honestly the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack was another. Yeah, I remember when that came out. That was just like it was just like the show had a big theme with candy, and the show itself felt like candy. It was like, it was wonderful. You also felt like you were on drugs watching half of it. Oh yeah. Like it was. Yeah, go ahead. It was just one of those shows where they got all like the best people in the industry at the moment to like work on it, and it just, you could feel it when you watch it. You're like, this is like them having fun. Because like sure yeah, it wasn't like the best show on the planet, but like you could tell that it was. They were just having fun. Yeah, it was just very fun. They just did what they want. Like it also did a lot of like mixed media stuff. It's great. It's a great cartoon. I do agree that like kids shows nowadays don't often have like, again, like that sort of like edge to it. And I do agree, maybe, like, some kids kind of need that sort of exposure, because, like, we had that exposure, and I feel like every generation kind of has that little bit of exposure of edginess. Yeah. And, like, but nowadays... I just think there should be more. Yeah. Like, there needs to be just, like, a little bit more for, like, kids, because, like... Ooh, wait. Someone in the chat I saw talked about Batman Beyond. Holy crap! I have not watched that, actually. Oh my god, dude! Like, sorry, okay. We got some nostalgia trigger right there. There we go. It's kicking in. Oh my god! You want to talk about that? I loved that. I loved that show. It's exactly what I was saying. Like, it was so serious and so dark because it's Batman, and like it was a kid show. Same with the Batman animated series. That's the best Batman always, in my opinion. Yeah. Mark Hamill Joker's always, top tier. I always say he's the best Joker. Oh yeah, I've only seen clips from like some of the Batman animated series and Batman Beyond. I do think it was like I was surprised when I saw what year it was released, because I was like, I didn't watch it as a kid because I didn't have access to it.
But
Mhm.
like the fact being that was shown to like people around my age during that time,
Yeah.
it's like crazy.
Like kids need some like really raw, cool stuff. It,
They
they need it, man.
they need something to watch to have their own monologues too.
Yeah, I like trust me, I love soft and fluffy and cute things like very much. Like that's a lot of the stuff that I kind of like consume and like I draw myself.
Yeah.
But edgy stuff,
Ooh.
cool stuff,
Yeah.
like that gets me going.
Mhm.
Like I'm always thinking like when's the day when my cool phase is gonna come out and I'm gonna like completely shift my art and I'm gonna be like a cool artist
You'll get
instead
there.
of like the cute one.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
get there.
at some point. Some point my the edge will come out.
Like you'll soon dye your hair black like me.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm kind of going through that right now and like honestly, like I do like the Batman Beyond, like we don't have those shows honestly nowadays
Nope.
because like we have like Teen Titans Go, we have freaking there was like this new Nickelodeon shows like Rock Paper Scissors, like
I saw that.
like
it's seemingly like out of every like because I haven't really been to like poking around with like new shows as of late.
Yeah.
Especially since they're not making that many.
yeah, no, cuz like the companies are like dead.
The rock paper scissors one, that one kind of poked out a little bit where I'm like, oh, that one kind of seems like it's kind of a little cutting edge, just a little bit. They already made I think there's something been going around past few days with it where they're like making fun of like art styles nowadays being kind of like too like round and cute and stuff.
Yeah.
Which like yeah, that another thing with the cartoons growing up is like they were all so visually like interesting and like
Intricate.
even ugly.
Yeah.
Some of them are ugly as hell, but they're awesome.
There was like this one show. It wasn't particular. It was mostly stop motion, but it was the grossest thing I watched. It was probably the also like edgiest, not the edgiest, but like it was like the grossest thing. Like it was called Crash Box. It was like a learning program.
I remember Crash Box.
Yes. No, everyone at the time I bring up Crash Box, no one remembers it, but it's like the little robots and like some of like
Do you remember the revolting sloth?
How could I forget him? How could I forget him? How he explodes in every episode. Like he's like, and this word is very big and long, and this describes him. Oh no, he's going to die.
Yeah. I love the format of that show because like if you're gonna like do a show where you're like teaching kids like grammar and like math and all that crap, like that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You show them some visually funny, appealing stuff, or like not even appealing, just something that gets their attention. And then like they come out of it like, wow. And
I learned something.
I learned something.
It becomes like stuck in your brain.
Yeah.
Except with me, I don't remember what I learned from that. I just remember the revolting slob.
yeah. Eventually, like the stuff you learn gets like crammed into your brain, and then the stuff you mainly remember gets it stays in the front.
Oh, Mr. Meaty. Did you watch that?
Oh yeah, I remember Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty was very odd. It was a very odd one.
It was one of those shows that definitely traumatized me.
It made me very uncomfortable as a youngster. I mainly only remember it because of that one episode where I don't even remember the main characters' names, but like the fat one.
Yeah.
Like he turns into a girl. And I remember making that, like, that made me feel so weird watching it because he had this like really grotesque transformation scene. I'm like, what is this? And why does it make me have butterflies in my stomach?
Someone said in chat the tapeworm scene is the one I remember as a kid.
I mean, but like looking back, like, because I watched Mr. Meaty again, I think in the past year or so. It was just like how all the other cartoons were at the time. Like it was very like there's a lot of things that are actually cleverly written, and it was actually like a really funny show.
Yeah.
But I think when it came out, it's just so different, and
it's just It's just something that's like you had to have been there to seen it the first time as a kid especially. Do you know that the puppet, the guy who made the puppets for Mr. Meaty is still active, and he posts on TikTok actually with his puppets?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta check that out. 100%.
I could probably find his but I would occasionally scroll through TikTok, and I found like a live stream on TikTok where it's like the skinny guy from Mr. Meaty, and like he's talking to like this goth girl puppet, and they're just like talking to the chat, and I'm just like, is that Mr. Meaty? What? What are you doing on TikTok? It was like
everyone's on TikTok.
Yeah, but it was like that was like Mr. Meaty's on TikTok. That's like the one thing, like that's the selling point of TikTok. Like, oh, TikTok is so weird. It's so like, oh, I would never get into TikTok. It's just like just dancing. Mr. Meaty's on TikTok. That's your reason.
Yeah.
Mr. Meaty TikTok jump scare. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, just like seeing it, like even like knowing about Mr. Meaty and then still seeing it randomly in the wild, always a jump scare. Always. Because like, but now it's the added bonus of I remember that kind of jump scare.
Yeah.
But then it's also just the it itself is just already like scary. So you just kind of go, whoa, there it is.
Exactly. So again, like when I was scrolling through TikTok and I found the puppet, I'm just like, huh? I thought I was like dreaming. Like, I thought I was asleep, but it was like, no, it was there. He's talking to the chat. It's real. I do agree with your point that, like, we need, like, kids nowadays have very soft and cushy kind of cartoons. And there definitely needs to be, like, more edgier cartoons. I definitely agree.
I mean, they definitely get it from the internet, but it's just a shame that the companies that typically make the mainstream cartoons just aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah, because like.
But I think like, I think with Smiling Friends getting popular and like them kind of like networks kind of taking a chance with internet creators now, that could change things. You know, they could start getting some people with new ideas from the internet. So. There could be a good revolution coming in animation.
Hopefully.
Kids animation.
I feel like a lot of animation media needs like. It's been done so wrong recently in these past few years. Yeah. Like there's been like the whole like the strikes especially is like unfair because like goddamn like the amount of work that people put into animation to produce to like entertain and provide like like whether it be information, entertainment, or like just even memories to show to people on these platforms, and they're just like, yeah, you're shit. You're not shit.
No.
It's like complete. It's like complete bullcrap.
Yeah.
It's like heartbreaking to see like these like companies that we grew up with like kind of fall to pieces now.
Yeah, like Cartoon Network's like not even a thing anymore, unfortunately, which is very sad. I mean, it is a thing, but they're not like their own thing anymore.
Yeah, they don't have anything new anymore.
They're deep in someone's pocket now.
And like Warner Bros, everyone hates Warner Bros.
Yeah, Warner has gone off the rails.
And then Nickelodeon is like hated by everyone now.
And the thing with the Nickelodeon that sucks though is because like the cartoons side of it was completely separate from the live action.
Yeah.
So but people are just like, I mean like, it's valid to go against all of Nickelodeon for that, but at the same time, you can't really include the
animation
people working
department.
On the cartoons. Yeah.
There was actually like I discovered from like. One of the like the Nickelodeon documentary was that some of the artists, especially who worked on Rugrats, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's really disgusting.
Yeah.
But apparently the artists behind, I mean, SpongeBob is fine. Like the artists that worked on SpongeBob did like sketches or doodles.
Are you talking about the behind closed doors?
Yes.
Yeah. Those like okay, this is just me.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're pretty funny. They're pretty funny drawings.
The SpongeBob ones, yeah, but. When you come to Rugrats, though.
Wait, there's
one of Rugrats. There's one of Rugrats. And it's.
Oh no.
I won't say more, but it featured Angelica and the dad of Stu. And I'm not gonna say anything further.
Oh no, I had no clue about that. Oh god.
Yeah. And like they literally could not show the images of like those sketches.
Well, yeah, they can't even show that because actual.
That's
like
you can't spread that around. But like the fact being
No.
that the creators did that on a show with actual babies.
Yeah, that one's weird. Like again, like with SpongeBob, those are funny.
Yeah, because like they're
you
like
look at them, they're funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're very. It's not very appropriate, and they shouldn't have done it. But still, at the same time, it's like you compare it to nowadays, like because like I've been in the sphere of like working with a bunch of artists growing up, and then like even into adulthood, and they draw the raunchiest shit on like they'll be like they'll open up MS Paint and they'll just draw like character like it's always been a thing, so I'm just not surprised that the Nickelodeon people were doing it. It's just a shame that back then they had to do everything on physical media so it gets saved. While like nowadays people will draw the worst, most rancid thing ever, but then it gets
erased easily.
It gets erased immediately. Like it just the thought funny past. It's
get the thought out, and then just delete the canvas and you're done.
Yeah.
It is really sad that so many of these companies that made a lot of memorable or like hosted a lot of memorable cartoons from our age have like either dark secrets or got completely corrupted or just completely dried out, because that's like the sad reality. I do hope that like either something could be recovered by like, because there's a lot of talented animators online. Like I've seen a lot of like, especially yesterday with Portfolio Day, like many talented animators. And I do think Smiling Friends could come as a revelation, especially with like even other animated, like online animated shows coming to life. Like I think Hazbin Hotel is a good example of that.
Yeah, definitely.
I just personally hope that whatever the new media of animation will be given another chance, because I feel like animation, like people who work on animation, whether that be like the artists themselves, the writers, because animation is way more than just the drawing. Yeah,
it's a lot of work, and it's more than just even doing the animation itself. There's a lot more, a lot more steps, a lot more people that need to be involved. It's a job, and it's not being really respected like one. So
it's not, because people just think, oh, anyone can do that. No, not really.
Well, I mean, well. I do think anyone can do it, but not everyone can do it as a job.
Right, that's why I meant. I'm sorry if that like came across wrong.
No. That's just usually like, I like to, whenever people are like, oh, I can't draw, or they think,
oh, like, no, yeah.
Yeah, I always like to counter and be like, no, everyone can draw.
Everyone can draw, but not everyone can do the job.
No.
Because like, again, like animations, like I think this was like one of the things that pissed me off the most, that a lot of people, especially like corporate people, like people in suits, they consider animation.
They just don't understand it.
They all consider animation like children's media.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the shittiest thing you could say, because animation itself is like the art form.
That's the reason I can't respect like the Oscars or anything, because they always preface. They always like either like they'll make a snide remark, or they'll say something about how animation is like a kid thing.
Yeah.
And it's all deliberate, because animation's a direct threat to like live action. So they always try to, as much, like, I guess it's a little conspiracy, but like I 100% believe it. I do think that the Academy or whatever, they try to suppress animation a lot, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with animation that you can't do with live action. And they don't want the mass amount of people to be like, why don't we just have an animated movie of this? It's animation's always put down by like the higher ups constantly, because it can be very powerful, but they, the people doing the other stuff, they want to stay in power.
No, yeah, I never heard that conspiracy, but I think I actually totally agree with you on that, actually. Because, honestly, I don't watch the Oscars. I don't respect it either. Like, the last time I watched the Oscars, they like, completely dissed on, one of the actresses from, like, the Barbie movie, the main actress. What was her name? She played Harley Quinn, that's all I remember.
I think, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, they, like, completely, like, dissed on her in, like, comparison, because, like, the Barbie movie was made to, like, empower women. But they made it all about, like, the men. And it was, like, kind of, like, discouraging to watch.
Yeah, it's like, did they even watch the movies?
Exactly. No, yeah, like, I wish for, at some point, animation to, like, be treated way better. Because
for sure.
Because it was treated fine, like when it was first, like, coming out. Because everyone was like, whoa, dancing pictures!
But then all the people who are, doing actual, like, I shouldn't say the word actual, because that's delegitimizing the animation, but, like, people who are doing, film, wanted, to be like, this is true art. This is the true art. But it's like, the first art ever was drawing. You can't really, that's, I don't know.
No, I get what you mean. It also, like, comes down to, like, greedy corporations, like, oh, we don't want to pay you to do it.
No, yeah, it's because it's very expensive. Like, that animation will always be expensive. But the thing is that, like, people still want it. Yeah. So they still have to go, we gotta, because they don't want to spend money on animation. Because
no, they don't.
It costs too much. But with the demand for it, like, there's enough demand where they're like, fine. But then it's, like, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Bad labor laws, or just it.
Again, that's why the strikes happen.
All that. Exactly.
It's just disheartening as, like, an artist, like, because, like, when you're, like, a kid especially, and you watch all these cartoons, and the only thing in your brain is, like, I want to make that. I want to make a cartoon and go to, like, work for these studios like Nickelodeon or Disney or Cartoon Network. I want to work for them. But then, you grow up as an adult, and with the current times, it's like your dreams are just, like, crushed. And it's really sad.
And that's literally, like, my striving thing growing up was, like, I'm getting a Nick cartoon or a Cartoon Network cartoon. It's gonna happen. And then growing up, it's like finding out, you slowly, as every day goes by, you go, no, it's not gonna happen.
No.
Not gonna happen.
It's
you still hope for it.
Yeah.
You don't ever give up. But
it's just heartbreaking, like, especially, like, we just growing up now, like, not even just like seeing the anime now, just like trying to be an anime now. It's more or less like just growing up and everything is just becoming more disappointing. I mean, look at our fucking economy.
Yeah.
But I won't get too political.
It is in the peats.
It is in the peats. But no, I got word vomit.
I get that all the time.
But no, animation deserves way more respect, and I do feel like there's so many creators out there. I feel like could definitely provide a new cartoon for, like, young adults or young kids.
There's way too many to count. Way too many to count.
But with that being said, gonna shoot you with your next question.
All right.
What was your everything toy as a kid? Like, the toy you carried around everywhere and that you absolutely treasured with your life?
Okay, so I had, like, there's technically two. I wouldn't say, like, I take it everywhere, but, like, it's kind of funny because I have one as an adult that I'll take everywhere.
Oh, me too. I get that.
But when I was younger, the closest things I had to that is and the funny thing about them is that they were both originally plush keychains, but the keychains were cut off. Like, it's weird that both of these toys specifically were both of those, but one of them was a little Gengar plush that was from the 90s, and it was like, it was like an old keychain plush, and I named it Lil G.
Lil G?
Because he's a little Gengar.
I love that!
And I would, like, draw him. He was probably my first, like, OC, I think. And so I would draw him. I made, like, other ghost type Pokemon, like, as like I gave him, like, a band, I think, because like Lil G kind of, like, was referencing, like, he's like a little gangster.
Yeah.
And so, like, I had him, like, he was part of, like, a group, like a band, and, like, I had, like, a Dusknoir character that was on drums, and then, like, a Bayonet character that was like, this is just something I remembered, like, in the past few years. Like, I totally forgot about it, like, all my life. But the thing is with that plush, though, now, is that after a little while, it got passed on to my dad, and now my dad takes it everywhere with him.
Really?
And yeah, because he travels a lot. and he no like every single time he takes the plush, and he always takes a photo of it at least once where he's at.
Aww.
So it's kind of like his everything plush now.
Oh, that's so. Does he still do that to this day, or?
Yes, he still does. The plush is in his room. Like it's still
Oh.
in the house.
Oh, that's so
But
sweet.
and the other one that I had, which was also a plush
Mhm.
keychain, was an ugly doll of
I love ugly
yeah.
dolls.
I have a lot of ugly dolls from the first generation of them.
Yes. Oh my god, I actually
And
own one as well currently.
and the first one I had was this little one of Ox. He's the one that is like he's green, he has these little big
Yeah,
like
the
flappy.
yeah, the bunny looking one. Is he the
Yeah,
bunny one?
yeah, he has like he has like long bunny ears. He's green, and he has like an O and an X eye, so his name's
Yeah.
Ox.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the first one I got, and I was instantly like, "What is this? Is there more of them?" And so that became like a thing for me. But like the Ox though, like that's the one I used as like an actor in a lot of like
Mhm.
videos I used to make like when I was younger.
Mhm.
Like he like I even made like a little animated series back like when I was in 5th grade called Ox and Plunko, and then Plunko is another ugly doll.
Oh my goodness.
And the only reason I put those two together, like it was like in the lore of ugly dolls back in the day, I still don't remember too much of it, but I remember because I'm big on duos, like
Yes.
character duos,
Yeah.
and Ox had a duo with this other one named Wedgehead, and I
Which?
could never get the Wedgehead plush, but I had Plunko, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna replace Wedgehead with Plunko. So
Mhm.
I made like, I first I made like a little slideshow of like them just like, God, I think my dad has all my old videos, but there was one in the very first one. It was just me taking photos, and it was like a slideshow of like Ox waking up and then having a day with Plunko and then going to bed at the end. It was very adorable. And
Oh.
then I made like two more, but they were animated, and it was very like they're pretty funny, but you know it's made by 9, 10 year olds. So
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I used to love ugly dolls as a kid. I said this like on the last interview where I brought up that like there was like a lot of the original toys like Monster High dolls. I wanted ugly dolls as a kid. And every time I saw them at Toys R Us, I couldn't get them because my mom would buy them for me. I think it's because they were like of course they were ugly dolls, so she was like, no, they're ugly.
they were very much like a like in the beginning vein of like the XD random phase,
Yeah.
like art style, where like they felt like even at the time, like even when I was very little, I could tell that they were like a trend doll,
Mm-hmm.
or a doll coming out from a trend of like the, it's not really like because the thing with that like XD random emo stuff, it always had that like it looked very cutesy but had that like sharp edge to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ugly Dolls was very much like one of the first things that
First of its
exposed me to
kind.
that. Yeah.
Uh.
And and also simple things just always have a very big appeal to me, is that like you
Mm.
can make something so simple but so charming at the same time,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
makes you feel like I can do that. Like anything I grew up where I was like I could do that too, I fell in love with.
Mm. You do seem like the kind of like just like you look at your art, like you do seem like you would
Yeah,
love ugly dolls.
yeah, I a lot of my art is still very like if anything's flat in my drawings, it's typically derived from like my art. Like once you realize what inspires my art, like you should go, oh, that's just that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's just that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how all art styles are though. Is
Yeah.
you learn that like it's just a amalgamation of just what everyone loves.
Mm-hmm.
So
I gotta ask because you said this earlier. What's the toy you have now that's like your adult phase?
okay, so he's kind of plastered on my, well, I mean, I guess not recently, because it was more like back when TikTok was like popping in
Ah, right.
2020 and stuff, but like so here's kind of the story with him. So his name's Curly. He is my son.
Uh-huh.
And he I don't know, like these dolls are very like they're kind of obscure but also kind of very known in like South Korea,
Okay.
but they're called like I always forget because it's like they have like two names. One's like Mimi Duck,
Mimi Duck.
and then the other one is like it says like duck twice in it. Like I can never remember, but that's the other name is the one it's mostly known by, and it's just this like weird.
He's got like big cheeks, right?
Yeah, the big cheeks, big
yeah.
yellow head. Yeah, and I remember I think I was on Twitter one day, and I saw an image of one of them, and I immediately was like, I need that right now, right next to me, right? I need to buy it. And I remember messaging my partner at the time, like I as soon as I saw a photo, I sent it to her, and I was like, I love him. His name is Curly. Like I had the name already immediately. His name's Curly. I'm buying it right. I did like the Google image search so I could find out where I can like what the name of it was. Like I researched immediately and I bought it immediately.
I love that.
I got it, and it's just been like a lock ever since. And now like I made so many TikToks with him. It's just I don't know.
He's just your guy.
He's the result of COVID. The part of my sanity that went away in COVID, I put it all into that plush. And now whenever I go anywhere, like traveling, like flying around, he comes with me. Always, no matter what. He's kind of like, he's big enough though to where like he takes up space, so I deal with the issue of how much space he takes up sometimes. Like sometimes it's like, oh, I need more space, but Curly's in the way. I'm still taking Curly. Like there's things that I don't bring because I'm bringing Curly.
You can't not bring Curly.
No, yeah, he comes with me everywhere.
And he's the duck, right?
Yeah, he's the big old yellow duck.
That makes two of us. I too have a yellow duck that I bring everywhere. That's kind of like my adult toy. I
have another smaller duck that is like, he's at my desk too, that he was kind of bought, he is actually, now that I think about it, like since he's smaller, I always thought he's like a younger version of Curly. But I realized I got this one before him, so he's actually older. But I was in a dollar store, and he's just like do you ever see a plush in a dollar store? And you're like, that's the only one of that plush.
Yes.
Like it is like a bootleg. And it's like an Easter plush.
Oh my god.
And he looked so wonky. And he kind of looked like he was blind, so I immediately was like, that duck is blind, and I'm gonna buy him, and I'm naming him Pinecone.
Pinecone.
And so, yeah, so he lives on my desk.
I actually have a similar, very, very, very similar story to that, because when I went to, I think it was 2 years ago, I went to the dollar store, and like, you know, like the bigger, like some dollar stores have like the $5 area where it's like they have more items, but it's like for like a little bit more money. I found like you said, like Easter plushies with a bunch of Easter plushies with like, there's like the like marshmallow like Pete plush, or like there was a lot of owl plushies I remember, but there was only one of this guy, and it was a kangaroo. And he was the only one, and I thought, he's so lonely. He needs a home. And I bought him, and my mom was like, you're really gonna get that? I'm just like, yes, he's lonely.
Yeah, I have gotten that not message. I'm so online that I thought someone talking to me. I processed it as someone sent me a message. No, everyone speaks to me. I've gotten that a lot of times where people go, they'll say, hey, you're actually going to get that? And there's no thought. I go, yes.
Yes.
And going into stores is dangerous for me. Like, I actively have to stop myself. If I see a plush like that where I'm like, that is a unique one, that one is janky, like, I immediately want it.
Your wallet's at threat.
Yeah. Anytime I see any plush in a store, I'm like, because if someone were to ask me, do you want this? And like, first time I've ever seen a plush, like, they'll just throw, I've never seen it before. My immediate thought is always, yes, I want that. Give it to me.
Exactly.
I have like some plushes are just something that like I have to hold myself back from buying like every plush that I see.
Like take you to a toy store. Oh, there goes Kermit with my sandwich. That happens a lot. Like, the moment you enter, like, any store that has, like, a kid section, and there's plushies, and you see them, you gotta be held back.
Yeah.
I get that because, oh my god, it's so funny because I am exactly like that. If there's, like, a store and there's, like, a kid section, I go, like, beeline for it just to see what they have. And
I just want to look.
yeah, I just want to look. Just want to see what they got in stock. I went to this one store with my boyfriend because he visited me recently, actually. And we went to this one store that I love going to. It's kind of like a nerd game board, like the gamer store.
like a GameStop, but like a local one.
Sort of like a GameStop, but like it's board games.
Oh, okay.
And it's also very nerdy too. Like they have a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff there, and they have this, like, rack.
Oh, I've seen those kind of stores.
Yeah. And they had this rack full of plushies. But it was the best kind of plushies. They were bootleg plushies.
Yes.
And I saw, like, so many of them. Some of them were, like, officially licensed, like, from, like imported from Japan. Like, there was, like, this little Eevee plushie that had, like, Japanese writing on the tag from the Pokemon Center.
Oh, wow.
And it was so small, but he stood so perfectly in the palm of my hand. And
yeah, that would be an immediate buy for me.
The thing is, my boyfriend's been helping me, like, with my spending habit because I have a really bad spending habit, and my doll addiction has been proven of that.
Yeah.
Because I just have a really bad spending addiction, so, like, his mission was to, like, help me, like, not spend too much. I failed, of course.
Be the I just had the word for it in my brain, and it left me, like the
adult of
I'll just say wall. He's the wall.
Yeah, he's the wall to my addiction, basically. And however, when I saw the Eevee, I had to do a double take because I saw an even better plushie. And I'll actually show you a picture of him because he's my son and I actually have him on my desk currently. And I feel like you'd love him too.
I'm sure I will.
Hold on, where's the picture? Because I want to show you him first before I continue the story. Where? So this is Newman. And this is what I decided to get.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'll even put him on the stream for chat to see, because I feel like they need to see Newman. So that's what so the thing is, there were so many bootleg plushies, I wanted them all, but I was trying to limit myself to buy one. Chat, this is my guy Newman. Oh my god, the image is so big. I am so sorry. Chat, this is Newman.
That's amazing.
He is a bootleg Vaporeon plush. Everyone say hi to Newman. And
hello, Newman.
He fits perfectly in my palm too, is the thing. So when I saw this derpy looking Vaporeon plush, I was like, oh my god, Shane, please look at this. Look at him. Please look at him. And he's like, okay, do you want the Eevee or the Vaporeon? I'm like, oh my god, I want the Vaporeon. So the funniest part is that the Eevee plush looks so much nicer. Like, the stitches were tight. They were, like, so formed. Like, it looked like it was, like, one of those, like, plushies that were, like an Etsy plushie. You know, you've seen those.
Yeah.
Very high quality. And then there's just fucking Newman.
Yeah. Just.
Exactly. And I felt so attached to him. I just couldn't.
Yeah, that's like an instant one. Like, again, like you mentioned the word double take. Like, I was gonna say, when you double take, it's over. It's like that's it. Attachment.
Exactly. And I think what's the worst part is that my boyfriend, he's a voice actor, right? And sometimes I'll ask him to do funny voices. And the first thing I did when I held Newman in my hands, I looked at my boyfriend. I said, Shade, can you please give him a voice?
I'm curious. What did you do?
He did almost like a Redditor voice. He was like, excuse me.
Actually.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, excuse me, your level 5 Charizard is way underpowered compared to my level 6 Blastoise. Now, if you see here these cards that I collected over 4 years, he did that sort of voice. He does it way better than me. And I was just like, that's it. I gotta get him. I got too attached to him. I just grabbed him.
That makes the name Newman work a lot more, because that's 100% like Newman talk.
That's a Newman dog, exactly. But he's on my desk, and he's like, I never want to get rid of him. And this just shows, like, I'm a 21-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And I just love plushies, especially bootlegs.
I have approximately, let's see, four. No, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 Pokemon things on my desk. 3 of them are plushies. But one of them is like a plushie from like 2007, and it's like a shaman.
Ooh.
And it is just like, you could tell it's so like it's like aged at this point.
It's been loved.
Yeah, it sucks that I had a TikTok with it, like back when the Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl had their shaman event.
Oh yeah.
And the audio got deleted.
What?
So like the video's kind of like gone forever now. Well, not really gone, but like the funny part of it's gone.
The sound.
Yeah. So I kind of had it was like a sound where like at first I showed like the new shaman event. And then I was just like plush from the original shaman event from 2007. And it just like a big fart sound.
I love those kind of videos, just like the comparison.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of Pokemon stuff on my desk, so the problem is my desk is really small, so I can't put a lot of stuff on it. But one of the things I did have on my desk that I haven't placed somewhere else was this Mewtwo plushie. It was I believe it was a 2007 Mewtwo plushie. And I begged my parents to get it for me. And you can tell on him he's been very loved because his eyes are gone.
Oh no.
They're technically replaced because he doesn't have his original eyes. He has oh my god, how'd you do that, Kai? Do you see the TV? Like the Mewtwo right there?
Oh. Yeah.
How'd you do that? That's so cool.
Is that just a random thing?
I've never seen that before. I guess that's an email from somewhere. I don't know. That was so cool. But I was trying to say that it was my old Mewtwo plushie I had when I was in 2nd grade, and I loved I loved that to shit. So, and the thing is, when I was a kid, I gave all my toys baths. Like, I washed my toys in, like, the sink all the time.
I did that a few times, yes.
I just loved washing my toys, and my Mewtwo plush was victim to this. And he was washed so many times that his eyes were scrubbed off. You know, like, original Pokemon plushies, their eyes were, like, not printed, but they were, like they were kind of printed on. They were like stickers, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, my plushie had that, but I washed him so much they were scrubbed off, so I had to poorly embroider new eyes on him.
So like, wait, is it like they had like hard bits but then had the stickers on that, or was it like stickers just straight on? Because I kind of know what you mean.
I think it was like stickers straight on, but they were like they were not like stickers. They looked like stickers though. They had the texture of stickers, like kind of rubbery, like the papery sort of.
Yeah, like I said, I think I know what you mean by it, but I'm trying to like
I think
get a better idea in my brain, but I think I don't need to go further. I think I understand it.
Yeah. But again, his eyes were scrubbed off and they've been embroidered, but I still have that plush to this day.
Yeah, it's mandatory. You don't get rid of that.
Exactly. Like the plushies you grew up with as a kid, you should not get rid of.
No. Like, I have every single Ugly Doll still.
Every single you have all of them still?
Yeah, I still have all of them. So in my closet I have them all, like, cause like no matter where they go, they're all
together.
They're all together, sat like horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved to this house, there were just these shelves in the closet, and I was like, oh, that's where they go, and they just have sitting there. And sometimes when I go in the closet, they're just all staring at with the beady little eyes, and I'm like, hey guys,
I'm here to pick up my shirt for today.
Yeah. And I have this skull that I got, this like wooden carved skull I got in Mexico years ago, sitting right next to him, so it's just even more like ominous.
They're having their seance, don't worry.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about getting more Ugly Doll plushies?
I don't think so, because they because they changed like so. Okay, so I'm not really a big fan of where they went with Ugly Dolls.
Right. I meant more like the
They
newer one, like not the new ones,
yeah
like the
yeah.
older ones, like buying them off eBay.
I mean like it. Yeah, if I saw like because I'm not a big eBay person, but like if I did see like I think the only one I would get would probably be Wedgehead, the one I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Because that's one that I've always wanted to get with Ox, because I have like one big Ox and then the tiny one. But for the most part, no. I think I like the original collection that I have. The only time I think I'd ever go out of my way to like buy more is if I was like, okay, it's time. I'm getting all of them. I'm trying to get all the old ones. But now they have like a newer models of them where they look pretty much the same, but they're like my dumb brain always goes, no, they're different. They're not the same.
Yeah.
And then they went and made that awful movie. I was so like I remember getting the first email about that movie and being like, oh my god, this is it. They're coming back. This is gonna be amazing.
And then
movie came out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh. I don't even think I finished it. It was like
it was just that bad.
It was that bad.
I actually watched the movie, and
the main gripe is that they've made Moxie a completely different character. Like Moxie growing up looked like a female ox. She was like a bunny that was like a lighter green and her bunny ears stuck straight up. And then they like I don't mind her new design. Like again, like I love all that art.
They made her very girly.
Yeah, they like I like girly stuff, so I didn't really I don't mind the design, but like I got mad that they just replaced her altogether and made like a whole new character, and then
like that's not Moxie.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's not Moxie. That could you just give her a new name.
Yeah. I was gonna say what color. I was gonna ask as well, like what color, because I know there's like a lot of different colors of like each of the characters. Is there different colors of like Wedgehead?
Yeah, Wedgehead's usually blue. Like I was always kind of like a puritanical with them. I'm like, I want the original colors of them.
Right.
I mean, but I did still get a few that weren't the original colors, but I'm like, okay, you're an exception, but because you're mine.
Yeah.
But Ox is always green, Wedgehead's always blue, and if I saw a Wedgehead for sale on eBay, and it wasn't blue, I probably wouldn't buy it, even to this day. I'd be like, nope, needs to be the blue.
It's gotta be the blue.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The black. Whenever they did a black or white version of a character, though, those were the only ones where I was like, you know what, that one's cool. That one's pretty rad.
Just like, all right, I'll make this one exception.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll take it. That's okay. I don't know much about Ugly Dolls, but like, I have one. I don't know his name is the thing.
If you show it. I could probably tell you which one it is. If it's an original one.
It is an original one, actually. He's kind of got, but I can't take a picture of him because he's kind of shoved away. Maybe I can like take a picture of where I'm sitting, and you can like he's like a bunny, but like his ears are pointed upwards, and he's light blue.
Light blue bunny.
Like he's in the background in this picture.
Yeah, I don't know that one. That one is that one's kind of like a I don't even know, like, because there's kind of generations of them, but that one is definitely like after because they would release a batch of them every now and again of like new ones.
Right.
That one definitely was past my time.
I'm trying.
But I absolutely loved how all of them had names and little descriptions, and they all like characters in general. Are my thing. Like I love characters so much. It's the reason I'm terrible like drawing backgrounds. I don't care about backgrounds. I'm always just a character.
The characters.
I care about character because if your character's good enough, you can put them with other characters and stories just make them sell. Like everything's about character.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like if the characters are good, I'm good. I'm trying to genuinely see if I have, like, a better picture of him. Because I took a better picture of him, but I just shoved him away in my nostalgia corner. Hold on. Maybe I know I have a better picture of him. Where is he? But, because, like, I found him in a thrift store. Here we go. So, This is like the better picture of him. Maybe like. Also, oh yeah, don't mind the fuggler, by the way. That's Frankie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a fuggler.
Oh wait, that little tag on the side there has the name on it,
Does
but I
it?
can't read it. Yeah, every little tag has their little name.
I don't want to pull him out where he is because I shoved him away so nicely. God damn it.
It's fine.
I'll figure out one
I'm sure
day.
he looks amazing though. So
Thank you. I'm very happy that he's not like the newer version because like with the new movie that came out, even the dolls were different, and I'm just like, this is not
yeah,
what I grew up with.
I like him because he kind of looks like one of my favorites. This is another one I never got growing up that I always wanted.
Oh, who is it?
His name is I call him Babbo. I guess apparently the movie says the name is Babo, which is stupid.
Babo?
Yeah. I like saying Babbo.
Babbo.
Like
Babo's better.
Babbo has always been how I read it in my brain, and he was always kind of like he liked cookies and stuff.
Oh, was he like the big gray guy in the movie?
Yeah. That's another thing is that they made him like ginormous in the movie, and he was also voiced by I don't have a problem when I think like when women play like man characters or anything like that. It's just the voice is just weird for him. And then like the voices of that movie were like very odd. Like I think they had Wanda Sykes as Ox, which is another odd one. Like that movie was just so odd. Like it just in the premise of it was just not fun. It was kind of generic. Like it just I don't know. It was very sad. Sad seeing it.
I get it. No, yeah.
It's definitely one of those things. If I had complete control to do whatever I wanted in life, that's one of the things I would nab it and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
You're gonna
justice.
fix it.
I'm gonna give it a cartoon, and it's gonna be like, and I'd be like with the source material, like I'd make it awesome.
I feel like with Ugly Dolls, if I feel like with that kind of like concept, it would go like as like an episodic series, something similar to that of like Making Fiends.
Oh, I loved Making Fiends.
I also love Making Fiends. Like, they share the same style, too.
Yeah, I actually have to make a Making Fiends cartoon for, like, a Newgrounds collab in, like, the next year or so.
Really?
Yeah, like, one of my buddies was making a Nickelodeon Newgrounds collab, and I was already, like, packed up with, like I just couldn't join any other collabs, but he mentioned that this one was, like, gonna go on for, like, a year or so. So I was like, you know what? I'll just sign up right now so I can choose the cartoon and then like figure it out later. So.
Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. I honestly, this talk about Ugly Dolls is making me get back into them now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might hunt for the Ugly Dolls you're missing just for you.
Yeah. Babbo and Wedgehead are the ones that like I would probably buy today, but they'd have to be like the originals.
Right. Look, I'm a toy hunter, right? I'm a toy collector and a hunter. I'll find you Babbo and Wedgehead.
Yeah, if you do, I'm gonna have to buy them. and the thing is, my dad would like. Usually, my dad's not very like, oh, why'd you buy that? Like whenever I buy something, he doesn't usually care. He'll like this. He'll like this purchase because like I think he's also nabbed the old Oxydol too.
Really?
Yeah, like he's probably my biggest fan with like anything that I made when I was little, and he loved Ox and Plunko, and so I think he just took that one too.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you a link to something real quickly. Is this correct? Is this?
Let's see. Oh my god. Yes. There he is in all of his wonkiness.
And he's not that pricey too.
Cookies. It's what? Oh my god. 2000. Wait, with tat. Okay, I'm not. Like, I'd have to do a little research to see. Yeah, it's from 2000. They didn't know. I didn't know they're that old.
Yeah, they're pretty old.
So this one is older. The oldest one. I think it should be.
It probably is.
Oh man. I'm gonna just click that little bookmark button. Go later.
There, I found you, Babbo.
I actually made a character in the Brain Taco series I'm making right now.
Really?
Named Babbo.
Oh, what character was it?
there's this like reoccurring little kid that's just always like in the way.
Oh yeah.
And I named him Babbo because like he's just the baby, and I've always thought Babbo sounded like baby.
Yeah.
So I was just like, he's the little Babbo.
He's a little Babbo. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. My reoccurring joke that I want to do in like whatever medium the series comes out in later on, like Babbo is always going to be like a joke where he's going to show up, and the character in the moment's always going to say like, whose child is this?
I love that. I love those jokes. Like, whose kid is this?
Yeah. And then like obviously over time, if there's like a lot of media, it would probably go into like how he's a neglected child.
Oh no.
But the main joke obviously is whose child, like why is this child here?
I love that.
Like he'll be like on the top of a mountain, like for some reason, like because that's true. Like there's always like, I mean, not so much nowadays, but like growing up, and then definitely like our parents' generation stuff, like it's kids were just randomly in places that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it just, I always just thought the idea that it's just funny, like there's just always a kid somewhere and you're like, why are they here?
Why are they here? Parent? Who are you?
Yeah.
I love that.
And the kids acting like they own the place already. They're like, yeah, I'm here.
I know this place.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. So, alright, Boone. What was something you always wanted as a child, you never got, but now that you're an adult, you're able to get it now?
Alright, so, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but my next answer also involves plushies.
Go ahead!
So it's kind of continuing the conversation still. So the thing that I always wanted growing up is I wanted toys of my own, stuff that I made. I was always like, that's awesome. And some years back, I finally did that with my mascot character. Because there's this website that like, oh my god, I love this website. If anyone here watching this wants to check them out, I will like ride or die for these people. They're great. They're called Budsies.
Oh, I know Budsies.
Yes, Budsies is great. And if you know how to like work their website, because like they, like I don't know, they have like a lot of like deals you can get to where like, because if you just like straight up go on there and like try to buy it, it'll be like probably 150, 200. But like if you like know how to navigate the website, you can get your plush for like probably $100.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, and it's high quality. It's great. And that is definitely like growing up. Like I always, like my grandma liked to sew things, and every now and again I'd try to see if I can get her to like sew like certain things to get like make a toy. And she did a few times, but like it wasn't like exactly what like my little perfectionist youngster self wanted. Like I wanted like a plush, but like it was more like a custom thing. Like I absolutely love, like I still have what she made for me, and I absolutely love them still. Because like I'd probably make it like that myself, because like I don't know, plushes are definitely something I would like love to make. Like I love like puppets and stuff.
Oh,
like,
I love puppets.
That's definitely one direction I would go if like I were to take a different direction in life. I would love to be like make puppets.
Yeah.
Or make plush dolls myself.
Oh,
because obviously as you've seen, I love plushes for some like deep down reason. I love them. They are like they feel like they're real, but at the same time they are like, I don't know, it's just, there's something about them that I've always loved.
No, I get that. Funny enough, so I actually know how to sew plushies, actually. I've sewn my handful of plushies in my days.
That's cool.
They were primarily Five Nights at Freddy's ones.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I thought about going back into it, actually. And I've also been really invested with puppetry. Like Muppet kind of puppets, you know? Yeah. And I thought about like getting into like making puppets, actually. So
heck yeah, we're on the same damn page.
We're on the same goddamn page. I might like when I get into like working on those puppets, because I've been thinking about it for a while. I just need to save up the money for like fabrics and shit.
Yeah, it's always the time and the money, but
But it's like once you get into it, it's like it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm sure once because I'm sure in the next year or so, like I'm gonna have to finally hunker down and get like a regular job. But I think that'll ultimately be good for me to do for a few years because like it might help me be like, okay, I'm getting money here. I don't have to worry about the art part getting me money anymore. And then I can focus on like other creative things.
Just do whatever you want.
Yeah. So like if things don't really turn out for the next few years and I just it's just regular job stuff, I think I'll make do and I'll still be very content. Because like with all the stuff in the industry being like very like unmotivating, I guess. Like it making it feel like, oh, you can't do anything. I mean, you still gotta, like, if you're an artist deep down, you gotta still make things. It doesn't matter, like where you're making it or like if it's making you money or whatever. Like you should want to make things. So having that in your life is good, and it doesn't. I don't know if you're like me, where like I struggle to draw still.
Yeah.
And for years that I've needed to have some other way to like make art and whatever. So it's just like I think other people who are struggling with that, probably doing a different sort of medium would probably help a lot.
I full-heartedly agree with that, actually. Like having that new sort of like sprout of like just creating as an artist. Could be anything. I feel like
as long as people are creating anything, like that's why I'm like, just draw. Like I always tell people to just draw anything. Always draw.
Always
because
draw.
It's like because you're creating something. You're bringing something into the world.
It could just be a funny face. It could be a masterpiece. It could be fucking anything.
Yeah.
Just pick up that goddamn pencil.
Yep.
I gotta ask, like, it's like with the whole AI stuff, I don't know if you've been on Twitter enough, but like, have you seen like those AI generated pictures where it's like cartoon characters snapping pencils?
I don't know that one specifically, but like I am a very online person. I'm trying not to be as much lately, but I am very online, so I know a lot about with the AI stuff, but I haven't seen them snapping pencils.
That's kind
of funny.
I wonder if there's so many. So I don't know how to explain this. There's been like because so many people are using AI stuff, right? They're like thinking using AI is superior, so they've been using AI generated images of characters like SpongeBob's Homer Simpson, and like they're all like snapping pencils. Like, hold on,
that's weird.
Like, because they're saying like go against the pencil.
Is it AI artists trying to like be like, fuck you and your pencil?
No, they're saying like it's a pencil phobia or something. Like along that, but it's also saying it's like fight the phobia, like go to AI.
The thing is with AI that like I kind of have like I don't like to be super centrist, but like with it, it's like I do think AI would help. It should be helping people make things. It shouldn't be making the entire thing for you.
I fully agree with that.
That's the issue. Like because like I've seen people who get like they'll see the process of like the biggest example I saw is that Spider-Man movie that came out. They were using AI to help with like the shaders in certain things, and that's to help the process. It's not to fully replace the product, and it's supposed to help you have to do less work. That would ultimately not really be that hard to do by yourself. It just saves you a lot of time.
Also, I like sent you a screenshot of like what I was like saying earlier. This was all over Twitter.
Oh, it's recent. I see the date.
Yeah.
That's funny that the pencil itself is like.
Is that improper?
Messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I 100% agree with you. I feel like the idea of AI is kind of misconstrued by almost everyone. Like people full blown hate it, or fully is like, yeah, I'm an artist, but it's like they use it as their medium, and it's like, it's a tool. It's like a brush.
Exactly. It's supposed to be a tool. Like a big example is like using a custom brush in a program. You're still drawing like sure, having a custom brush is like, oh, you didn't make that or something like that. Because like I used to be in the boat where it's just like, oh, don't do custom stuff because it's not yours.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, like for example, I saw a brush that like draws coins for you for like, a
Yeah.
background, and for a while, like I obviously thought like, oh, why don't you just do it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that, because like then it's not your own art. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because you would have done it yourself anyway.
No, I totally get that.
It's to make things go faster,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately, like you would have done it yourself. Like I do think it does hinder just a little bit of how you like learn things, but
Mm-hmm.
in the long scheme of things, it matters more that you're making something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, because you kind of learn through osmosis, like as you make things.
Mm-hmm.
So like sure yeah, for a little while if you're using like a brush that is like books
Yeah.
or like a shelf,
Yeah.
you're gonna not know how to learn how to draw books or like the dimensions of like how the books are like laid or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. But after a little while, if you were asked to like draw it, like you'd know how to do it. Like
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just
No, I
don't know.
I
But like
see what you mean.
it should be a tool.
Yeah.
Like AI is like a tool like that where like it's meant to make the jobs easier. It's not meant to take the job.
Mm-hmm. I full-heartedly agree. I said this on like one of my streams before where I feel like AI has been kind of like, you know, it's like very one-sided hatred and then one-sided like idolization.
Like obviously like I understand the ignorant like hatred of it because it's
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, you like art's a very human thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are approached with the idea that a robot's stealing art, like one stealing it and then two generating it just from like words,
Yeah.
deep down people are gonna go, no, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's end times because art's like part of us as like a species.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
obviously like I understand why people get so uproared about it.
Yeah.
And they should be because like, you know, capitalism's gonna like
ride
like,
off that.
there's like it's weird because it's like when it started happening, you're like, oh, I hope capitalism doesn't do what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what happened? They
It
started
did.
doing it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
No, I get what you mean. I think AI art will soon. I think AI art as like how it's being used right now by all these people will soon eventually be burnt out because everyone thinks like, oh, who needs to pay an artist when I can just generate it with my computer, when in actuality the computer can't generate everything you want.
Yeah,
and
it can't
also
do exactly what you want.
Exactly, and also it doesn't help that most AI is kind of the same style. It's like realistic or anime. Very often I see like variation in AI. I have only like thought about using. I have yet to like look into using AI to help myself with backgrounds because I struggle with drawing background art and I want to get better at that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that it's totally valid to use it for is have it like generate like obviously again like what I said, it's like sure, yeah, you're not kind of learning backgrounds the proper way, but if you're trying to make things fast and you want it to like look generally good, like if I don't know, it's like
I get what you mean.
Like if you used it for a background and like you were like using it as a reference because like they don't have like structure yet in the AIs to where like like it'll like a mountain in an AI could definitely look like a mountain, but like naturally couldn't work the way it came out, like that kind of thing. But when you're just kind of making a quick background and then using it as a reference, or like you either trace it or you just do something with it, it's especially if the background's not even like the main focus or anything, like it's that's using AI as a tool where it's just like it's just helping you.
Exactly. It's a whole argument, and I feel like no one really takes the time to like think about it. I saw one tweet recently where it's like kind of got like Twitter talking, where someone was like trying to use AI to help like sync up their animation and like use it as a tool, and everyone's saying he's like, oh my god, he's using AI as like his primary thing. It's like, no, he's using it as a tool.
Exactly.
It's a whole conversation about like the quote wrongs and rights of AI, and we'd be here all day talking about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we're that's a new thing. We're trying to talk nostalgia.
yeah, we're trying to talk about the old things.
Yeah.
Like how I'm gonna ask you this old question now. What was like your favorite thing or like place as a kid, and that's like completely gone now due to modern age?
This is gonna be a big sharp turn. That will probably be a big conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Club Penguin.
Oh my god.
Club Penguin. It was the place to be when it was like when it first came out. And there is like, you know, there is like clones of it nowadays.
Yeah.
But the official Club Penguin in the early days, unmatched. It's
I was gonna say literally like one of the things I brought up in like the last interview I just did recently, like MMO games, literally.
Yeah.
Like they're just gone because like so many of them were gone due to Flash shutting down.
Yeah, that was such a like a. I was personally really hurt that happened. That they got rid of Flash. Like that's like at least 20% of the internet. It's, I don't know. Flash is in my heart.
Right.
Always. And Newgrounds developed a thing called Ruffle. And it's something that converts Flash files into like, I think HTML5 or whatever.
So you can still like play them?
Yeah, you can play them.
Oh.
Obviously some of them break when they get processed, but but like their website, whenever you go to a Flash game on it, it always like Ruffle automatically converts it like in the moment. So like you're able to still go on Newgrounds and play like old Flash games.
What was Club
Maybe
Penguin?
not every single one, but
Okay.
Club Penguin, I think. I think it was a Flash game.
I was gonna specifically ask, like, was Club Penguin the only MMO game you played?
I think so. Like it. If I got like reminded, I may have like been on a few of the other ones, but Club Penguin was like my ultimate. It like that's how like the majority of like how I started making videos was with Club Penguin. Yes, I made skits. I made little music videos. That's how I started making videos. Like more often than not.
What was your music videos like?
You know, like songs that came out in like 2008 and 2009, poppy songs, and then like, and then every now and again, like there was like a Creed, like, like, just my dad liked to like, he had a lot of pirated music that was all in MP3 format, and all my old videos when I started making videos just had all this copyrighted music in it because like I had these MP3 things to put in the background so that it wouldn't be just silent. And it's just having random MP3s playing in your cartoons. it's so funny. And the thing is that like I didn't really even like use the songs as like, oh, this song's awesome, I'm gonna put this song in it. I was like, this song sounds angry, I'm gonna put this song here. So like I remember specifically there's one Club Penguin video I made called like the Moose or something.
The Moose?
And it like it was like made in Movie Maker, and it was like it like started with like somewhere in Canada. and like I like set up my igloo to like have like a little trap.
Yeah.
And like I dressed up like a moose, and then had the moose be like really sad, and like a Canadian was in there like, haha, I caught you, moose. And then the moose got like really angry and broke out. And after like everything the Canadian said, he would say A after everything. And and then it ended with the like it was playing like the song Slither by Velvet Underground, because it was just like it was just like an angry song. And after I made it, I realized, oh, this works out too, because like in that song they scream in the beginning, they go eh, and that's kind of like that's kind of what Canadians did.
Yeah.
So like it just kind of like worked full circle. But that's one of the videos I always remember. But yeah, I made so many Club Penguin videos. And that was my first YouTube channel. I was making those, but it got
That's so funny though.
Yeah. Like obviously I made like other like kinds of videos and stuff, but Club Penguin was my main like video well, not really platform, but like how I had like actors and stuff. But it was just like always my own. Like I had two penguins. I had my main penguin, and then I had another penguin that I made called Camera Guy.
Camera Guy.
Yeah, I nabbed the name Camera Guy in Club Penguin. Like no numbers or anything. Camera Guy. And he was always kind of like the again, like I always like duos kind of always pop up in anything that I make, even when I was younger. And Camera Guy was always like the angry guy who hated working with me. And then like for some reason, like when I was younger, my main character was always just the asshole. But, like, yeah, but like, and I had like a little like there was like after I made a few videos with them and he was like an established character, I made like a 2-parter dramatic thing where like it was called Camera Guy Quits.
Camera Guy Quits. Oh
yeah.
No, not Camera Guy.
Yeah, it was all fun.
That's so insane, actually.
Yeah, like that's kind of like that's the origin of me is Club Penguin videos.
I asked like what other MMOs you could possibly play because I played 2 MMOs in my life. That was Jumpstart and Moshi Monsters.
I think I remember Moshi Monsters, but like I remember like it. I don't fully remember how it worked. Like, did you have to like buy things or?
You had the choice of getting membership, but the membership was like had more access to everything. So.
Yeah, Club Penguin had the same thing.
Yeah, like every MMO I think back then had a membership policy that would just make the game 100 times better, and you had to beg your parents to buy them. I remember when Jumpstart was a CD. Jumpstart was both. Jumpstart was both a CD and MMO.
The Jumpstart sounds very familiar to me. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Okay, so have you ever been to a library?
Yeah. Wait, did they have frogs?
They had frogs. They had a lot of different animals. I asked, did you ever go to a library? Because did you ever go to a library as a kid? And did the library have computers where it'd be preset to like games?
I think so, yeah.
Those games were always Jumpstart. Anyone who's ever been to a library as a kid and played on the computers, you play Jumpstart.
Yeah, I'm looking at images of it now. It looks vaguely familiar, but like maybe like because like I saw like when I was younger, there was like obviously a lot of different ones to choose from.
Yes, there was. There was.
And this one probably was just I didn't get to it because it was just like in the mess of all the other ones.
So Jumpstart was like a company actually, like a learning program company.
Yeah, that's the part that I think I remember about Jumpstart.
Yeah, and the company had a lot of different alternatives to Jumpstart, where it was like there was an MMO eventually, there was a bunch of CDs of various different kinds of games, both 2D and 3D.
Oh, okay. I looked up Jumpstart game. I started with MMO. I looked up game. Yes, I played Jumpstart.
You played Jumpstart?
I played the original Jumpstarts.
Oh yes.
Like, there was like Jumpstart first grade, second grade. Yeah, so I played a few of those, yeah.
You are now like the second person that I know personally that's played Jumpstart.
I don't like I remember it, but also at the same time I have no memory of it too.
You gotta dig up that memory. We gotta get that.
I do.
I was the last interview I had was with Kat, and I brought up Jumpstart, and like after the stream ended, I asked some friends, like, hey, can anyone pirate me any of these Jumpstart games, please? And they managed to find how to like download them. So I thought about streaming playing Jumpstart for a stream. That's
great.
Just to be a little cat girl doing math equations. Oh no, yeah. Jumpstart's a classic, honestly.
I'm gonna have to go down another memory lane with that. Because like I said, I usually kind of surround myself and kind of like I'm constant. Like I don't have to like remember because I always like will bring it up, like bring up old stuff that like I saw years ago, and then kind of have like a few hours with it. But with Jumpstart, yeah, that's definitely one I have not touched in years.
You gotta revisit it.
That. Yeah.
No, but I agree that MMOs are definitely something that just like they're just gone and should come back. Like no one makes MMOs anymore.
Yeah, there's definitely still MMOs, but they're not like the thing is that like having a kid friendly MMO, like that was kind of like a new thing in the like mid 2000s, like late 2000s, because like people didn't really like it hadn't been done, and then like child safety stuff kind of wasn't really. I'm sure it was still a big thought because you're working with kids, but bad things hadn't happened yet to where you could get scared by it. So I think there was a lot more like people were like, yeah, let's try this. So that's why there's a lot of them.
It's just really sad because like a lot of people have actually, I've seen like people online say like if kids had more like MMOs like we had, like they'd be a lot different and maybe like a lot different in comparison now. What was it they said, like they have something to do, that's what it was. Because like a lot of like places for like kids to go to, like the mall for example, like they're getting bored.
Yeah, the closest thing they have to it that I've seen is like and it's funny seeing all this metaverse stuff coming out in the past few years, because like Club Penguin, like those MMOs were already a thing. Like we already, that's already a thing, but they were trying to like present it like it's a new thing. But like the closest thing that we have to like I guess they're not really called MMOs now, they're just called like metaverses. But like Roblox is definitely one, and then Fortnite's kind of becoming one.
It's
where like it's that's the direction it's going, is that it's eventually, because like the issue that like Facebook did where they're trying to make a whole new one is that no one's gonna join that.
No.
When there's already like VR chat in Second Life.
Yeah, sorry, there's the cat.
The VR chat in Second Life were already a thing, and then like Roblox was already a thing, and Fortnite's now turning into one. Like what they should have done is they should have bought out, one of those if they wanted to, but
they didn't. So
no, they tried to make their own, and then no one joined it.
And then it got worse.
People were like, "What is this?"
It got worse, especially when like if you use Flash, because then you're just dead.
Yeah.
So, but no, yeah, I miss old MMOs. Like, I tried playing one recently that a friend introduced me to. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think it was called like Maji, I believe.
Maji.
I think I have it like on my Steam actually. Like, hold on. Like, let me go to my Steam real quick to see. I think it was called Maji. I could be wrong. What was it called? No, not Garten of Banban. Sorry, I play a lot of Garten of Banban in my recent plays. Where was it? I think it was called Maji. I want to say. Where is it? I'll probably find it later, but like that was like one MMO that my friend introduced me that's still apparently actively played. I think it's like the fun thing about some MMOs, like some people still play them to this day, and it makes me happy knowing that it didn't completely die.
Yeah, the MMOs will always have some like people like lingering on it. They never truly die. Like with Club Penguins. I keep talking about it, I'm sorry.
No, you're just, so good.
That they people have been trying to bring it back so many times and like making their own like private servers on it, because it's like people weren't done with it.
Yeah.
Like those worlds, just they shouldn't ever go away. Like if people are growing up with it, it's kind of like terrible to take it away.
Also, Nightcrawler, thank you for resubbing, by the way. Appreciate it. I see the drinks. I see it. I get it. Oh my god. I'm almost done with my water bottle.
I'll take a sip too.
Yeah, get that hydration in. Honestly, just make more MMOs. Someone out there make more. I want more. I'll play them. I'll play your MMO.
I tried playing Elder Scrolls Online a few times. It's just it's really hard to get into an MMO when you're like, it's just there's so much like that's another thing is that if you're going into it and there's just so much like all the kids ones are so easily approachable.
Yeah.
And so simple, while like modern MMOs and like because of like World of Warcraft and stuff.
Yeah.
They have all, it's just so complicated, and you have to like look up guides on how to even get into it. It's, there is appeal to that, like I get it, but like for the general more people, it's
like there's this one MMO, I think it's like Final Fantasy 13. My online brother plays it like almost he used to play it like non-stop for a while, and he still begs me to this day to play it. There's someone mowing the lawn outside, so I'm sorry if you hear that.
It's fine.
Like, oh my god, such perfect timing. But like I basically it's like what you said earlier, like there's a lot to do in Final Fantasy 13. Brr. Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah. Oh, 14, not 13. Yeah, it's free, but trail to level 70. Yeah, like at a certain level, you have to start paying for it. I don't know. I don't like being told to do 40 million things. Like, I just want to go collect some gems and dress up. And tell my friends to go shit themselves. And then let my words be censored.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go on 40 trillion quests to, like, save the princess or whatever, because this elder wizard told me to, and it is the only way I can get past the first gate of hell. Like, I just...
Yeah, it's like, where's the part where I hang out and make friends?
Exactly! I just want to chill and have fun and not, like, go through 40 trillion things to play the game.
Yeah, like VR chat is kind of, like, one of those, like, kind of places to like talk and like meet up with people and stuff online. It's not really, there's not really like one thing that the games from the 2000s had is that they had like really good little mini games. And nowadays it's like you either get the communication part or the video game part, and it's like you don't get both.
You don't ever get both.
Like you do, well, they do give both, but like
it's not good.
It's either the communication part's good and the game part is bad, or the game part's really good, but the communicating and, like, interacting is just, like, abysmal.
I think, like, a similar, like, Moshi Monsters had that sort of problem where the mini-games were great. Like, I love the mini-games of Moshi Monsters. However, it was shit to make friends on.
Yeah.
Like, making friends on Moshi Monsters was the same thing as, like, gaining followers on Twitter. Like, it's exactly the same thing, because, like, the function was that, like, so in Moshi Monsters, there's the friend tree, and basically the friend tree basically like, oh, I want to be your friend, and like is accept a friend request, and you can see each other's like houses, and the tree will grow every new friend you make. Like if you make like 50 friends, it'll grow more. If you make 100 friends, the tree will like not even fit in your house, basically. So it felt like that. Your friends were more like followers of Moshi Monsters, and when you try to talk to people in Moshi Monsters, I don't know, it felt very like you think 2-dimensional was like 2-dimensional. Nah, this was even more. This is like 1-dimensional.
One dimension.
Yeah. So it was like communications was not a thing on Moshi Monsters. It was more of a thing on Jumpstart, definitely. Like I talked to more people on Jumpstart than I did on Moshi Monsters. But that's like I want both in one.
I'm sure one will pop up eventually.
Please, this is the sign. Anyone who's making an MMO or thought about it, that I'm telling you now, do it. Just do it. I'll play it. I'll test demo it, please. Okay. So here's another question for you.
Alrighty.
What was your child hyperfixation, and has that hyperfixation ever left, or does it still linger, or is it 100% still a part of your everyday life?
That one is very easy for me. And it is Pokemon.
Who isn't?
Yeah, and yes, it is very prevalent still. For me, it's every day. I've done Pokemon sleep every single day since it came out last year.
Really?
So I can't even go to sleep now without it. Like Pokemon is something that every single day. It's like I'm either surrounded, like I have a little Happiny thing staring at me all day on my desk. It's there's no escape from it, and I don't want to escape.
You always.
But I don't want to ever escape it. I love Pokemon.
Was your is your favorite Pokemon Snorlax, right? Or not Snorlax? It's Munchlax.
Yeah, Munchlax. Munchlax is
Munchlax.
my favorite. Growing up, it was Gengar, but
Mhm.
that's everyone's favorite growing up.
Right.
Um,
My favorite growing up was actually
and
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's pretty good.
Mhm.
Um, I like any of the pink Pokemon.
Mhm.
Um, any cute the baby Pokemon. Like I'm just everyone's like always harping about how Pokemon designs are not cool anymore, and I kind of agree. I agree with that, but
Mhm.
at the same time, the cute Pokemon. There's a reason there's so many of them. Is because they're all amazing
Mhm.
and they're
I
the
like
best ones.
I like the cute Pokemon. We don't get enough talk about the cute Pokemon enough. Like more, we need to
Well, I mean,
talk more about it.
they definitely have a lot talked about them, but
They do. That is true.
they
I
get a
feel
lot
like
of
more
love.
more online in comparison to like competitor like Pokemon players.
Hmm.
Did
But
you played the Pokemon games, right?
yeah, those are kind of the main thing with Pokemon because, like, surprisingly, this is very surprising with how prevalent it's been in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it very briefly,
Mm-hmm.
like bits and pieces over the years, of course. But like, I've never been like, oh, this is my shit. I'm watching the Pokemon show. No, for me, it was always the games. The
I
games are what I'm
I am in
into.
the exact same boat as you. I did not watch the anime at all
It,
as a kid.
yeah, it was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was always like poking out, and like I'd be interested. Like I got really interested when like in Gen 3 when Pikachu was getting possessed by like
Yeah.
Kyogre.
Yeah.
Again that seeping into that like edgy shit that I liked when I was like very young.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like really serious, but it like overall it's like a cute thing or like a
Yeah.
very kid friendly thing. But like I was so obsessed with like characters having an evil side like that was like I loved that shit.
The edginess coming back.
Yeah, yeah, and having it be like a good character possessed and turned bad, that was just like amazing to me. And like I always wanted to watch that part of the anime, but I never did because it was just clips on YouTube.
Right, right. I get that. No, yeah, I didn't watch the Pokemon anime. It was there. Like, I
Yeah,
tried watching bits and pieces of it over time. There's the
yeah,
cat again.
the kitty cat. The main reason I don't watch the anime, there's only one reason,
Mhm.
and like to this day, because like obviously there should have been a point where I go, okay, I'm finally gonna watch all the anime because Pokemon is my favorite thing ever.
What is the reason?
Um, the reason is because the Pokemon say their fucking names. It's like I'm very open to cringy things.
Right.
I am. It's too much. It's too much that these like monsters say their names in like the most over pronunciated ways that it takes me out every single time. I'll be like, oh, this is awesome. That's a Pikachu, and then it'll like
Pikachu.
or like or like you'll see one that's like
Like a Bulbasaur.
like yeah, and they'll just have this silly like I like funny voices and
Yeah.
stuff for characters and stuff. I like it when it's on cartoons, but when Pokemon have like stupid little cartoon voices, when they're trying to demonstrate that this is a world where
Mm.
these are like the creatures of the world.
They're animals. They're monsters.
I've always viewed them more as monsters than animals, but
Yeah.
like there are obviously some Pokemon where
They're like
no,
animals.
that's a yeah,
That's a
there's
dog.
some Pokemon. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's a dog.
Mm.
That's obviously a cat. But
Mm.
like some of them they're like, oh wait, that's a cat, but that's also not a cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's for the most part I view Pokemon as just the monster part because it's like
That's
when
a
you
bird.
when you yeah when you say that they're like animals, it's like no, that's not an animal. That's a monster. That's gonna eat me.
That's a giant dragon.
Yeah, that's a dragon.
So the fact being that they say their name is like it's just like
Yeah,
I can't.
it takes me out. I would rather them go rar 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 the whole time. Like
But the fact being
e-
that
e-
like a Bulbasaur
like,
goes Bulbasaur.
yeah, Bulba, like that. It's like okay, like it makes me like that's the thing. It's like I've watched cartoons my whole life.
Yeah.
I love cartoons.
Mm.
I hate it when I'm reminded I'm watching something that is for like very young people. Because like I'll fuck with a baby cartoon sometimes. I'll be
Yeah.
like that like this is a good show.
Yeah.
But I'll understand this is for little kids.
Mm-hmm.
With Pokemon, since it's kind of like a lot of adults like Pokemon, but like
Yeah.
obviously it's still for kids.
Mhm.
When when the Pokemon say their names in goofy voices, it makes me remember this is for babies, and it makes me go like, I mean, but even when I was like little, I was just like, I don't like this. It's like they shouldn't do that because like again, I grew up with the games where they had little sounds.
Yeah.
Like I like that. Here's my brain rot with Pokemon. Up until like, I mean, I think even to this day, it's not much with the newer generations, but like definitely the first 4 generations.
Yeah.
If you played any of the sounds they make, I know exactly what Pokemon that is. Like those little games on those websites where they'll play like the Pokemon sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
I get 10 out of 10 every single time.
Oh, that's impressive.
Because it's but like, and the thing is they did a study. I know the study's been like around for a little while. People know about, but like the reason I remember is because I have it 100%. They found out that there's a pocket in your brain if you grew up with Pokemon, specifically for Pokemon. And it's 100. Like as soon as I read that, I'm like, this 100% real because they're like, I process Pokemon like real life creatures. Like,
yeah.
I'll see it. I'll be like, that's a thing that's real.
that honestly, yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, like I'll see it and I'll be like, yeah, that's an odd. Like I don't process like that. I'm looking at Pokemon. I'm looking at an oddish. Like
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I definitely have that part of my brain specifically for Pokemon.
That's interesting, and I get that. It's like as a fellow like Pokemon freak.
Yeah.
That I can't get over that you can't watch the anime because they say their names.
And it sucks because I like how the anime looks in every generation. Like it's very charming, it's very cute, and obviously it's about Pokemon and them doing the things in the games.
But the moment that they say their names,
yeah, the moment they say their names, I think also the battling, like if like I guess a minor thing that I didn't like is that like since I played the games, I know how the mechanics work and stuff.
Yeah.
And like for example, like Pikachu like shocking Onyx, like growing up, like obviously my brain goes, they can't do that. You can't. He's ground type. That's
a rock. Electric don't work on rock.
Ground's immune.
Is Onyx both a? No, yeah, he's a ground type. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first game I encountered Onyx was probably Leaf Green, so that's when he had his dual typing.
Yeah.
Because in the original, yeah, he was able to shock him because he's just rock only.
Yeah. I just find it so fun. Yeah, he's rock and ground. I had to double check to verify.
That's another thing in my brain. I just know them. I just know the types.
I both know and don't know all the types because for a second during one of my streams I was organizing my Pokemon cards and I said on stream, like, oh yeah, Sudo was a grass type, and everyone in my chat was saying, it's like, no Tim, he's a rock type.
Yeah, that was always the other confusing thing, is that the typing on cards is always different.
Yeah.
Because like fighting type encompass like rock and ground, and then like water encompass like ice too. Like they have like way less typings on cards.
Yeah. It's very like the typings do get you mixed up actually. Like on the card, the cards are very weird. I can't like. Yeah. I still find it so bizarre that they started doing fairy type cards and then just stop.
They did?
Yes. So when Pokemon X and Y was first dropped, I believe around like 2000 something.
That's 2013.
2013.
Again, another brain thing in my brain. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what year.
That is so impressive. I'm jealous of your Pokemon brain. But yeah, when Pokemon X and Y was dropped, that's when Sylveon was introduced, along with the fairy type Pokemon. And along with Pokemon X and Y, the cards were reintroduced with the new type fairy Pokemon. And then at just a certain point of making a bunch of fairy type Pokemon, they just stopped. They didn't, even though they continued making fairy type Pokemon, they stopped making the fairy type cards though. And
yeah, I think they tried it and they're like, this is too similar to, like, because like adding new types to the cards when they're already like limited typings already. They're like, this is pink. It's already going to be confusing with the psychic one. But, let's just lump it in with the psychic.
But the thing is, fairy was so drastically different to the psychic cards. Like if you put a psychic card in a fairy card next to each other, They are very drastically different, not similar. Oh my god, they're very different.
I mean, wait, but did they stop making fairies?
They
Like,
did.
I mean,
No, they.
I feel like I got a few fairy cards like recently.
Maybe like an older tin, you probably open, but like no, they stopped.
Possibly, yeah.
They stopped making fairy type Pokemon cards overall. They really have, and
maybe they just like they stopped the typing and then just the color of the cards is like pink. That I'm just remembering.
Maybe, but like no, they just stopped at a certain point, and I find that so bizarre that they stopped because they still make fairy type Pokemon. It's not like the fairy type's gone away. Like, it wasn't just for one game, it was like for the rest of the generations to come. And they just stopped doing that for cards. I'm just like, okay, I know fairy types have like dual types, but most of them don't have dual types. Like, you've changed Pokemon, like Clefairy, for example, who was once a normal type, now a pure fairy type, and like, you're just gonna get rid of the cards and just make her still a normal type? like, you're confusing me, like, Game Freak. Like, what is this? Or, like, rather, like, Nintendo or whatever, whoever's making the cards.
I think the Pokemon company makes
the Pokemon company, that's what I meant. Like,
I mean, I guess technically they have because the 3 companies own Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it's just like they can't Game Freak's holding on by like a thread.
Yeah, because they got new people working on it.
Yeah, it's like Game Freak is trying so hard to like because they still own a third of it, but it's like you can tell, like, if you're paying attention, you can tell Nintendo really wants to like fizzle them out.
Yeah, I'm really sad.
And it sucks. I like Game Freak.
Yeah, I love Game Freak. Like, honestly, I would love for Pokemon just for one game, bring back the 2D style, the pixel style.
Yes, exactly. They didn't have to go 3D.
They did not have to.
No one wanted it.
Like, yeah, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but just the classic sprites. Just bring it back.
Yeah.
Just bring it back one time. Just one time. Give me a chance, please.
Yeah. Or they could, like, what I've always thought they could do is that obviously, yeah, there's a demographic that wants it to be 3D. Like, that's why it happened.
Right.
But they could do what I forgot which game did it recently, but I think it was like a Dragon Quest remake where they like had an option to where you could play it like you could play it like 3D, like how they made it, but then there's also an option to play it 2D, like the original.
Oh
games.
yeah, I see
like
that.
having that dual thing. But the thing is that like
it's a lot different.
Game Freak already has like no time to make these games anyways, so
that, and also like trying to do that for entire Pokemon games is like completely different, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad.
Yeah, they'd kind of have to make 2 games in one to do that, but I think it would be worth it. And the thing is that they have so much money that they could do it. It's just that's another reason why like it kind of feels like they are trying to get rid of Game Freak, because it's like they're on purpose like kind of not giving them enough funding, enough time.
Yeah.
Because it's like Pokemon's one of the biggest, companies in the world, like franchises. They should have enough money to put into their product, but they don't. Choosing not. They're choosing not to, and I think it's because Game Freak is like sturdy. Like, yeah, we want to keep making these games, but obviously Nintendo's probably like, no, we want to move on because I don't know.
We want the money.
This is still all speculative, obviously. But
no, yeah, I get you.
That's just my perspective over the years.
No, I totally get what you mean. Don't worry, we still got fan games, so it's okay. So, okay, this is a completely new topic of a question. What was your first fictional crush as a kid did you have? And does that crush still linger? Okay,
so I have a conventional one and an unconventional one. I probably shouldn't say the unconventional one.
I'm so curious what the unconventional one is.
Yeah. So, but I'll start with the conventional one, and it's kind of a normie choice, because, like, if you're gonna keep making these, like if you're gonna have more guests and stuff with the same question, you're gonna get this answer a lot, and it was, XJ9.
I've never heard that, actually.
Really?
You haven't
heard Jenny Wakeman?
No, I know XJ9. I know My Life as a Teenage Robot. I've never heard someone say that they had a crush on her as a kid, though.
Really? Like that's all I see with her lately. Like it's kind of weird because like you said, like does it linger to this day? And no, it doesn't, because
well, of course,
it's a teenage robot. But
right. But it's like I've never seen anyone say that, like, oh yeah, XJ9 was a crush. I had XJ9 as a crush just like when I was a kid. I've never heard anyone say that, because most of the time people I meet don't know the fucking show. So that's like a first.
Yeah. So there was like so. I just remember it's because like I obviously growing up, like I loved cartoons and stuff, but like I never really had any experience where I'm like, oh, that character, I liked them. But with her, there was like a few episodes where like I got those like butterfly feelings, and I'm like, what is happening? What's happening right now? There was just like there's one where they made her like they like revamped her or whatever.
Like she was red.
And they like, yeah, the red one.
Yeah.
Like that was the first one where I went, what's going on here?
Like she had like red flames and the red lipstick.
Yeah, and yeah, all that. And also it was like right before that she got like completely like in the trash and like disgusting. So it's kind of like the way they like brought her from like being like piece of shit to like really shiny and shit, like kind of like really drastically makes you go whoa. And then there was like two more episodes that were like they were kind of episodes where they kind of like looking back today, it felt like you know that trend of like artist disguise fetish kind of thing. Yeah. There's two or three more episodes like that where like it felt like that a little bit. Like there's one where she was kind of like going through puberty that made me feel weird.
Yeah, where she was like a dog at the end of it.
Yeah. She got like really big and then got all pimply. And it was very weird.
What was the other one?
It was the one where like she wanted the human skin.
Oh yeah.
She wanted to become like a real girl.
Yeah, she had like red hair and the skin was like, no, a normal girl mustn't fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so those episodes obviously made me feel like, because like so the hot rod one kind of established that like, oh, there's something special with this character, and then those other ones, since like you kind of see like a side of a character you're not really supposed to see.
Yeah.
Because like it did a good job of like showing how like a teenager will go through like
changes.
You know, like like vulnerable like stuff you're not really supposed to see. But the thing is that like in real life, if you kind of like see someone go through those like vulnerable moments, you kind of get a little closer to them. So like obviously growing up seeing those weird moments kind of stuck with me, because I'm like, I had interest in this character, and now I feel like I saw something from them that I shouldn't have seen. So I feel like
you're emotionally attached.
Yeah. So yeah, she definitely like, I have an intense feeling like when I remember her, but like obviously now it's just kind of like, oh, that's
a teenager.
I just yeah. Because like there was a lot of years where I just didn't watch that cartoon, and then I came back to it like at some point where I was like, oh yeah.
Who's the unconventional one? Can I ask?
All right, so the unconventional one, it was oh god.
Go. It's all good.
It was Celebi from let's see, the fourth movie, because like again, like I watched some of the anime. I watched probably more movies than the anime.
I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard to hold back my laughter, but the thing is, in your defense, I had a giant crush on Mewtwo, so we're okay. The thing, like you grow up with you know with Pokemon, that's gonna happen. But there was that movie where like I felt like, again, like it was just like I felt so bad for the character. Yeah, like she got like possessed and stuff. And then like by the end there was like I still go no when I see it. There's that thing where she's all dried up and like dead, and I'm like, I remember when I saw that when I was younger, it like crushed me. I was like, how could she be dead like that? Like, how could you let this happen?
So like that movie just made me get like, I just really liked Celebi from that movie. So like, I don't know, it's just like how it is with the with Jenny Wakeman. It's just like I just had this intense feeling with this character growing up. I mean, I guess like and the reason I would say it classifies as a crush is because it had that feeling of like, you know, it wasn't like a regular connection. It was
Right.
more. It felt like a more of connection. So it's just yeah, it is weird, but it's like, you're a kid growing up. You can't really control.
Yeah,
that.
you don't understand the feelings. You're just a kid. So do you?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask as like an adult now. Do you have any fictional crushes? It's like growing up or.
So now,
Mm-hmm.
especially the past few years, because like I started learning more about like gender and sexuality and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very funny because like I never really get crushes on girl characters.
Yeah.
Ever really.
Yeah.
It's kind of whenever I find myself like fawning over a character or even a real person, it's always a dude now.
That's fair.
It's so much easier because it's like I was trying to really analyze this.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was saying, I was learning more about all the sexuality and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
realized with myself like I am like bisexual and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing with like this is, I know it's still kind of a messed up thing, but the reason I think it's so easy for me to like have a crush or like
On a guy.
or fawn over a guy is because it's like it's kind of okay in society to objectify men, even though it's not okay
Yeah.
to objectify anybody, but like it's easier to do with men because like I was always raised and always around like women where I'm like, oh no, you shouldn't do that with a woman. So I just kind of like naturally don't
Like simp.
like if I see I don't simp for like a woman. I just go, that's a person. Like I very much like view women as just like people, and then with a man it's just like now I kind of go, oh wait, that's just a dude. I can go like but the thing is that like I have that like I is it the they call it like the female gaze or whatever, but like I understand it.
Yeah, no, the female gaze, I know what you mean.
Like how I was mentioning with the Lupin stuff earlier, like I get it. I get that shit. I feel it down deep. I understand it. I see it. I go, that's good. That's awesome.
Mm.
But yeah.
No, that makes sense. I've never I think I've seen it with some of my friends where it's like they have more crushes on like one specific character, like specifically like I see you in chat, Zed, I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna use my friend Zed as an example. He has more crushes on male characters, but he is bisexual. But he has some occasional female characters that he likes. But it's primarily male, so I get it. Like I get where you're coming from. I've never heard that explanation though, so I find that very interesting. Can I ask? Yeah. Like, do you have any current crushes at the moment?
I obviously when I first think about it, I don't really like, because again, like I'm not like, I'll kind of vibe it out where in the moment I'll be like, yes, yeah, that person. But
yeah.
I would say currently it is definitely Lupin. Lupin is kind of one that I'm a little.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
As for like real people though, like
right.
I don't like doing it with real people, but like
no, yeah.
Whenever I see Markiplier, I go, oh my god, there he is. I love him.
I will absolutely dab your hand up for that. Like I feel like everyone has a crush on Markiplier.
Yeah, it's like you can't help it.
Yeah, like he's so unreal but he is
like,
real.
I understand that like you shouldn't put anyone like on a pedestal because like everyone like not everyone's like 100% a good person. There's always some like bad things with people, but it's just like.
But then there's Markiplier.
He's then there's Markiplier, and it's like obviously like you shouldn't get your hopes up. Like he could have obviously maybe done something bad or does something bad or.
But it's just like you got that feeling.
The only thing that like people have gotten on him is that he was mean to Super Mega at one point, but during a time when he was like stressed out.
Yeah.
And had bad like the thing is like I don't know. It's like that's the worst thing with him, and it's not even that bad. Like,
yeah. No, like I will dab you up for that. Like, just Markiplier, man.
Yeah.
I love talking about fictional crushes because I have too many, and I love hearing other people's. Like,
yeah. That's the thing with Markiplier. Like you said, he's unreal. Like that's kind of why like I can do this. Is because like my brain doesn't process that he's a real person.
he's too good to be real.
Yeah, exactly.
I love talking about fictional crushes with people because I don't know if anyone who follows my Twitter. I mean, you follow my Twitter, you see how much I talk about characters that I like, or how.
Yeah, I think I've seen you simping over Maxie.
Too much. Yeah, he's my primary, like, target I'll go to. I'll, like, make a tweet saying, like, guys, I'm thinking about him again. It's, like, the most horrendous pictures of him ever.
Oh, the weirdest, you want to know the weirdest thing? Though,
yes.
When, like, you get to a point where, like, people know your characters and like to draw your characters.
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's, like, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have, there are fans that, like, simp for, like, my characters, and I see it, and obviously I don't interact with it because I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna kind of sit that out, because, like, I usually interact with, like, all fan art and stuff, but, like, when I see, like, especially since it's mostly like kids doing that, so I go, ooh. Weird.
Can I ask, which character have you seen has been the most, like, simped for, I guess?
Okay, so I don't want to call this person out
yeah.
because they're like they're a mutual on Twitter, but, like, he simps, like, well, not simp, he ships, sorry.
Right.
He ships, like, 2 of these villain characters that I have.
Is the devil guy one of them?
Yes, the devil guy, and then, like, the burrito guy.
I see.
And they are obsessed with that ship, and they draw it a lot, or they did draw it a lot. And then there's a lot of people where, like, I'll see them say they, like, have a crush on, like, the main kid, and I'm like,
ooh,
that's weird, because I still haven't given that kid, like, an age, but, like, I don't know, that there's just a lot of
there's, like, a
weirdness.
fine line
to
cross.
It's weird, because it's like, oh, I'm glad my stuff has, like, a fandom or whatever, but, like, there's, like,
it's gonna
very
get
small,
weird.
It's very small, but it's already kind of weird.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I've watched all the Rain Taco Saga, right? And I saw the characters, I've seen them all. I honestly figured that if any of them were going to be the quote-unquote king, like, Tumblr sexy man, is the devil.
Yeah, the Taquito Lord.
Yeah, Taquito Lord.
And yeah, he definitely, he's the very first one that I saw get, like why he kind of tweet about him.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, like, in the drawing that I see them use of it is, like, a really crappy one, and I'm like, how? It's, like, a crappy ass drawing kind of thing. Like, it's just evil guy with sharp teeth. I think it's just the sharp teeth.
No, the moment you put teeth on anything, it's like, okay, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
It's game over.
And I mean, like, but the thing is that that one person, again, I don't want to call him out, but, like, they like, I do like the art they make with the shipping, and I don't, like, I'm not like saying, like, that's a weird thing for them to do. I'm just saying it's weird that people are doing with my characters. That it's just, like, it's just a weird phenomenon to happen. I'm not saying that it is weird. Like, they can continue doing it, and I'll be like, yeah, that's great. You can draw my characters doing whatever. But the thing is that they're one of the biggest fans in general of it. And so, like, part of me is like, should I make it real?
Oh,
just to like
fan
thank them
service.
Just to thank them for being such a fan when, like, there's no one. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
Like, I mean, you're the creator. It's totally up to your control. Yeah. Like, if you can see these characters be compatible in the slightest or not. But I get the fan service.
Yeah, so it's just, that happens with the crushes and stuff online. It's just, it's weird when, like, yeah, again, like, your characters are in that circulation, because it's like, that came from my brain, and people are playing with it in a way I was not expecting them to.
I get that a lot, honestly, like, because I have a lot of OCs, and I'm working on something myself for, like, an animated series, and I've been going through the works of redesigning the characters, right? And one of the characters is, like, an overlord dictator queen. And she's disgusting to look at. I made her purposely, like, disgusting to look at. I can show you her design, actually.
The thing is that no matter how much you try, the more you try, the more it's going to attract some other type of person.
That's the problem.
That's actually into that.
Here's like the problem with her actually, because her original design, she was very basic. I'll tell her a little bit. Her name is Lilith, and she's the queen of hell. In my whole little thing, and I'm trying to find like an image of like her old design. This is what she looked like before, and I will admit, intentionally, I was trying to like make her like sexy for people to like her, but like no one really looked at her. None of my friends really looked at Lilith and like It was like they didn't go like, I was like, hey yo, you know. They were just like, oh, that's just Lilith. But then I redesigned her, right? With the intention that I came back with the redesigning the characters with a new eye and making them new, like completely different and monstrous, kind of. Yeah. And this is her newer design.
I can see why that didn't change anything.
That's
just a different audience.
It changed so much because all my friends were like, hey, yo, why is Lilith kind of baddie? I was like, she literally has a spider face. What are you talking about?
No, but that's the thing, is that, like, the more you take away from a face, or the more simple you make it, it makes it more, like, people can apply their own, like, mental thing to it. Like, that's why people will always, like, simp over, like, a masked dude. Because they're like, oh my god, he could be anything under there.
Yeah. Lukey, who's in chat right now, is a friend of mine, and they simp for Lilith. I will never understand.
I do want to say though, I like with that older design. I like where the crown is right there. It's like it's stuck in between the horns like that. That's great.
It's meant to be floating, but everyone says like, oh, it's like stuck there. I was like, yeah, it is.
It's pretty funny.
I like it. It's very silly, but I'm also very much a fan of like the newer design because I like did a complete pivot with the whole series. But that's like
really cool.
That's like a whole thing. All I think is that it was just like made to look sexy versus the sexy as fucking with Widowmaker.
Yeah.
That's so true, actually. Because TF2 Sniper is hotter than Widowmaker.
Yeah. Yes, that's very true.
Absolutely. Anyway, so another question for you. What are some sounds, smells, or even images that would trigger you to have nostalgia?
Okay, so I wrote something for each one of those three. So I'll just start with smell since this one's kind of a quick one. The smell of like a cafeteria, a school cafeteria.
Oh yeah.
There's a specific smell, and I very, very rarely smell it. Yeah, it's usually when you're just it's. I don't know where the smell comes out, but there's like certain places where food's made where it's like, yep, there it is, and that always brings me back. Like if I smell it, I feel like I'm just transported right back. Like this never happens with anything else. But when I smell that, I feel like I'm in the lunch line at school.
I gotta ask, since you bring that up, what was your favorite school lunch to order?
So again, like, I mentioned to you that I do have, even since I was very little, I've had eating, like, a very...
Yeah.
My family doesn't like it when I call it this, but this is kind of what it is. I have an eating disorder. And so I was very picky with the food. To, like, a really bad degree, so I would always get a home lunch.
I see.
But when I forgot, and since I have, like, hypoglycemia, and I need to eat...
Yeah.
So whenever I go to, whenever I would actually get something at school, I would have to pray to the Lord that there is pizza or something.
Are you good? No!
Or chicken.
No, Eli! We're talking about food!
What? No!
because the previous chat about, like, who's hotter, Sniper or Widowmaker?
Oh. No, we're coming from that from a completely, like objective point of view.
Listen, anyone who's being horny is probably Lukey, because we were talking about my monster character. That's it. Me and Boone were just talking about food. But did you like the boat pizza though, or like did you like have like sliced pizza?
I think it was just sliced. At my school, whenever I had it. But like, yeah, there was like pizza was decent, and then like anything that was chicken related was probably fine because it's just, you know, it's nuggified.
Yeah. No, yeah. Any chicken from school is like delicious.
Yeah, because it's just it's the freezer chicken,
Mm-hmm.
freezer breaded.
Yeah. So
Can't go wrong.
so that's smell. What about taste then?
Um, oh, I didn't know about taste.
Oh,
I didn't
there.
put
Oh,
taste on here.
oh wait.
Yeah,
Not
you
taste.
wrote
I meant sound. Sorry. Oh, I say taste. We're talking
sounds.
about
Okay.
food. I got hungry.
Yeah. So with sounds, this one's kind of like a big jump.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, butt rock. Do you know what butt rock is?
I've never heard of that before in my entire life.
So that's kind of what I call rock music in the 2000s.
Oh.
Like 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Daughtry.
Oh. Okay.
Just that kind of edgy, but also like like in my brain, like when I listen to it, like I don't like those bands really.
Yeah.
It just like the only reason I'll listen to it is because I'm like strictly my brother listened to this a lot growing up. It's just nostalgic.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, and so like that's the only reason I'd ever like listen to it.
Like 3 Days Grace, Skillet, all that stuff.
Like all those edgy rock bands.
Yeah,
that just like they were trying to like do grunge from the 90s, but just like failing. It just sounded like all the same like mess of like.
You would think that like
Nickelback and fucking Creed, but Creed and Nickelback, to be fair, is the only good butt rock in my opinion.
I will stand with that. Sure, yeah, I agree with that.
But the main reason I was into those is because they were all like how I was mentioning with the Clubhang videos where you just I was throwing random MP3s. People would do that with their movie maker stuff they would upload to YouTube and like very, very early YouTube. And to this day, you'll see me kicking my feet in excitement always when you find a video that's like 14, 15 years old and made in Movie Maker with like one of those songs in it. Because it's just like that era of like people just like kind of knowing how to use Movie Maker is I don't know, like it's just like perfectly shitty but perfectly like awesome at the same time.
I gotta ask, did you ever, when you made those music videos yourself with Uncle Penguin, did you ever use Monster from Skillet?
No. I did do What If by Creed though.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I did a few. I wish I remembered like every music video because like I did quite a few. I actually, you know what?
Yes.
My little sister's channel is still up.
No way.
YouTube, and there's 2 videos that I made, Clubhang music videos that I made. Still on there, and I was kind of like because my sister was like, I want those videos on my channel too, and I was like, okay, I'll make them for you, because my sister obviously didn't really know.
Yeah.
How to make them.
No, yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's Just Dance by Lady Gaga. And then there's Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's a name I don't hear often.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, that's awesome.
But with sounds, also like any song from like it's always songs for me, like but like any song from Guitar Hero 3, definitely like that kind of like that had like songs that like my dad liked a lot, and he kind of put his music onto us a lot, and I'm out of all my siblings, like I'm the one who kind of took on that genre the most, just rock music in general. But yeah, anytime I hear those songs, I get transported back to playing Guitar Hero 3, which is a great game.
I never played Guitar Hero. I did play like the arcade versions of them.
Yeah, the Guitar Hero 3 actually was the most common arcade game, I think. The arcade version. Because it's just, I don't know.
It's just funny guitar.
It's good. Yeah.
So that's sound, smell, image?
Yeah, so with images, this one's kind of also a little bit of a normie thing now, but like, I don't care if it is, because I genuinely love this kind of like theme, and that's like the liminal space stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset that it got taken over by the whole, oh, there's a monster in there with you kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I liked the idea of just another dimension that's just very odd but also a little bit familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I like it and it gives me that nostalgia is because it's the only thing that can make me it whenever I was in a new place when I was little,
Mm-hmm.
I had that feeling. Like the feeling those pictures give me is the same feeling I got when I was going to any new place because I didn't really go to many places.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I went into buildings and stuff, I obviously saw things when I was very young that I recognized, like walls and doors, doorways and stairs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're in a new place, those are all in different spots. So when your brain's developing, it's like, oh, this place, I understand the layout of it, but I don't know where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so that feeling that those images give you is just so. I like the feeling it gives me. It gives me that, like, makes it feel like I'm like just tiny again.
Mm-hmm. I saw someone made a post about that saying like, oh, liminal spaces are like not ruined, but just like the horror aspect kind of ruins the idea of liminal spaces. I'm on the fence where I like both versions where there's a monster in this liminal space and also liminal spaces just being liminal
Well, yeah,
spaces.
I do like at first like when I was saying that, like I didn't like at first when they implemented that, but I
Yeah.
do like what it turned into. I really thought that was kind of creative. How
Yeah.
like a lot of people thought it was like cheesy or whatever, but I actually really liked that like spin-off that people were doing where they were making different levels
Mm-hmm.
and like different like
It became like its own
like
SCP thing.
yeah, I really liked that.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, the Backrooms is one of my favorite like analog
Yeah.
horrors to like watch. So,
But that original
mhm.
concept of it though, where you're in a place that's infinite and forever, and there's nothing else with you there. It's just forever. Like that in
Mhm.
itself is already just terrifying. And like I know
Yeah.
that does breed the, but what if there's a monster? Like so yeah. At first they kind of got like overtaken, but like and all that. But I'm currently at least trying to because it's a very difficult read. Read
Mm.
a book called House of Leaves,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like I wouldn't say the oldest, but it's very much like the first time people were kind of introduced to that concept of like a place that goes on forever that shouldn't go on forever.
Mhm.
And it's about like a house that like basically it doesn't end. You go inside of it and it's like it goes on forever and there's no escape kind of
Mhm.
thing. But like the reason the book's so hard to read is because it's like double meta where like it's about a guy who finds notes from a guy who is finding out about a videotape that contained the house in it. Like
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
all over the place. It's supposed to be,
Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, liminal space is cool.
Yeah. I agree with that. Nimble spaces are cool. I want to be in one.
Yeah, yeah. I want to go to that.
I want to go there. So, all right. My next question. Do you think nostalgia or having nostalgia is a weakness or empowering as we grow up?
Um. So I'm not really sure with that one, but like okay, let's see, what did I say?
Take your time.
Uh, I don't, I think like in another time it was kind of a weak thing because it was like that's what old people did. They're always like back in my day.
Mm-hmm.
But like with the internet, everyone's able to like constantly share their memories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good because also a lot of people have been having memory problems. I think it's also from the internet and technology and stuff. So I think nostalgia is like kind of a strength because it helps us remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I at least I know from my experience, people in my family, we are have a hard time with memory for some reason, and we can never really know why.
Mm-hmm.
But doing the whole nostalgia stuff, like I was mentioning, where I was talking to my sister, like that's almost exclusively what we talk about. Um, that's one way we can like keep the memories alive. So I think it is like a strength, but like
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia is definitely like not to get a little political again, but nostalgia can be used as a weapon too. To, like
Yeah.
really could convert a lot of people to some really bad ideologies. So I would say overall nostalgia is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a strength in some regards. I don't think it's a weakness. The only time it'd be a weakness is if it's just you're annoying with it.
Yeah.
Like you become like a constant remember when guy. Like you're not like living in the now
Oh.
or the future. But
Yeah. No, yeah, I
that
hate that.
yeah, that's the only time I would say it's like a weakness, is if like it consumes someone completely.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good answer, actually. I like that answer a lot. uh, yeah, I honestly, it's such a gray area as to where that lies. Like whether nostalgia can be very like it rather empowering or a weakness, while nostalgia can be
Mhm.
used like against people, like hypothetically, just like you said, just like oh that for that one person who's like hey remember when you did this and like the bad
Yeah.
nostalgia can
Oh
creep
yeah,
in.
yeah. That there's definitely that aspect to it. I was more saying that like there is definitely like tactics used by like
Yeah.
that's why I brought up that it was like a political thing, because like
Oh,
that's a
that too.
lot what a lot of
Yeah.
like yeah, that's what a lot of right wing people will do, is like, hey, remember when things were good right here, we should
Yeah.
go back to
Yeah. Let's go
that. Like
back to
it's
that.
yeah, so it can be used as a very covert way of like, you know,
Like manipulation.
yeah, manipulating people into like liking like, conservative stuff. But
Yeah. Nostalgia can be abused by the greedy. That is very true.
yes,
Yeah. It depends who's using it and who's like talking about it too, and how people
yeah,
perceive
like
it.
yeah, for the most part it's harmless, like
Mm.
people are just talking about what they remember, but like yeah, it can definitely be used as a dang manipulation weapon.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's a. I had fun writing that question because I that's a conversation. uh,
Yeah.
um. All right. Here's a fun one.
Mhm.
If you could bring one thing from your childhood and bring it into this current day and age, what would it be? It could be anything from old TV shows to discontinued products, etc.
Okay, so I thought about this one a lot because
Mm-hmm.
I was having a hard time
Mm-hmm.
thinking about like, because like it's easy to go, oh, that's not here nowadays, but like that's not usually all most of the time that's not true. It is still around
Yeah.
and you're still accessible. But one thing that kept coming to mind, because I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could really think about something that I would really want
Mm-hmm.
nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But like this specifically though, Webkins kept coming up in my brain.
Ah.
That
Ah.
is that was another thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
when we were talking about the MMO stuff, like I was trying my best not to like bring it up,
Right.
because like that was because you're like, what are some other ones you play, and then that was one of
You were
them.
saving that for this one.
Yeah. So the thing with Webkins that I feel like could be brought back today is like I liked the idea of having a real, toy,
Mm-hmm.
and then having the counterpart like
Be
on like a
online.
game online. Yeah, and the game's actually being good, because like we were mentioning that like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the one half of the thing is good and the other half is bad. Like because
It's
there are things where people be like, yeah, it's a product, you buy it, and then you play the game and the game is like awful, like it's
yeah,
nothing.
but at least it's
But
there.
Webkins was like a big bang for your buck. Like yeah, they were expensive as hell, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that many of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they, I don't know, the game itself was like really great. The plushes themselves were very high
I
quality.
I gotta say because I don't know if you know this. Webkins are still technically around, but the
They
plushies.
are?
Yes, but here's the thing: you're gonna hate how the plushies look. I
Oh no.
hold on. Let me. I'll actually pull it up on my screen. Actually, Webkins.
I was more saying though that like it should be something that's like more common, or at least like a new popular version.
Yeah.
Because like again, like if it's still around, I'm not surprised. But like,
Okay.
uh,
I'm gonna.
it not being good is not a surprise though.
I'm gonna literally flash on screen to everyone the image that is the current Webkins. Are y'all ready? Are you ready, Boone?
Uh, I think so. I'm on the stream on
Yeah, I'm gonna post it
my
on
browser.
the. Yeah, I'm gonna post it on like on the stream. So let me see your image. Actually, let me just change this image. I'm gonna like jump scare everyone. There we go.
It'll probably be like a few seconds back for me.
Here are what Webkins look like nowadays.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That they did what Beanie Babies did.
Yeah, but they're creepier and uglier
Yeah.
now.
Ew.
This is what Webkins look like. And the thing is, the website's still up, and they have 2 alternate versions of it. They have one that's based around these versions, and then they have the classic version, as they call it. But you can no
the
longer...
classic version.
Yeah.
That's where it was baller.
Mm-hmm. But no, we got these now, and you can't get those like classic animal looking plushies.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, I actually still agree. I actually I love the idea that like bringing back items that could have access to like a game online, because actually Build-A-Bear
like a good
had
game too.
Yeah, Build-A-Bear actually had something like that too, where when you bought a Build-A-Bear, I remember specifically my very first Build-A-Bear I bought was Choco Cat from Sanrio, and I bought my Choco Cat when I was 8, and there was a website that you could like basically when you buy your Build-A-Bear and you go home, there's a website called Bearville. And it was an MMO, and it was actually a really good MMO too. But it's dead now, and Build-A-Bear has like a different MMO to Bearville, but it's on Roblox, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same to me. But like Webkins, Build-A-Bear, that shit, I bring it back, bring it back.
Hell yeah.
I love the Build-A-Bear MMO because that was one I play a lot, along with Moshi Monsters and Jumpstart. But I never played Webkins, actually. I own a Webkins, but the Webkins I got was pre-given to me by someone else when I was a kid. So I didn't have the code to play with, but I had the dog.
So it wasn't alive.
No, it wasn't. It was a dead dog. It was a husky
No.
Webkins.
My first Webkins, I still have it. It looks like it's death because this is the only plush I abused. I don't know why I abused this one. It was probably because I was just getting into my teen years, and I was like, you know what? This is the one that's going to take all the heat.
Just like, fuck you.
Yeah, and so this one got, like, dirty. I was like, I obviously I didn't, like, want to actually set it on fire or anything, but I just wanted to, like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, it was very bad. I was very mean to it. I would, like, dangle it around and, like, swing it around. Like, it was the designated fuck this doll.
Oh.
And I look back, and if I saw myself doing that, I'd probably smack myself. I'd be like, what are you doing? Be nice to him.
That's so mean.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. But I still have him, and he looks like death still. I made a TikTok some years back where like it was like an audio, I forgot what the audio was, but like it was kind of like guys like going to like throwing a rap to each other, like, yeah, continue it, and then they're like, how about you continue it, and then like he started doing some like emo stuff, and they're like, oh, why'd you do that, guy? Like, why'd you? And like I had him just sitting there because his head's all dangly, so like he kind of sits there like dangling.
Aw, I feel so bad for your Webkins.
Yeah, I it's one of my main regrets in life.
Do you say you still have it?
Luckily, yeah, I still have it.
Is it okay?
Like I said, he's very dangly. You can tell he was abused.
Oh.
But he is okay. He is clean. He's fine.
He needs a few stitches and some therapy, but he'll be good.
Yeah. All of his stuffing stay inside, luckily. So he
that's
didn't really,
good.
like, break.
That's good. No, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why he became the one that like got all the angst.
What animal was he? Did you? I don't think you said.
He was a koala.
He was a koala.
Yeah, and I think the koalas were kind of rare at the time. I don't know if they are anymore, but like, I mean, obviously, I think all old Webkins are, but
yeah. Oh, the poor koala.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you wholeheartedly. We need items that are like Webkins or like Build-A-Bear, like I said, just connected to a fun extra bonus that's a game.
But then having a toy that's in real life.
Yeah. We need that. Kids need to experience that. Not with this, not whatever this shit is. This is horrid. This Like, I hate this.
That's definitely like a marketing thing because again, Beanie Babies did the same thing where they made the big-eyed.
It's
Big-eyed,
also
like,
it's also it's not only just like the big eye thing is like the like that, but it's also like cheap because let me pull the image back up because you can literally tell with all these fucking plushies as a toy collector, they're all the exact same like pose, literal template, but they look like NFTs.
can you like pose them at all? Because like
They
the thing
sit.
that was
They just sit.
that sucks because the thing that was like really cool about the Webkins is that they're very like their limbs were dangly and you can kind of play with them like a toy, like
Yeah.
like they weren't like a static plush. Like I'm not really a fan of like static plushes too much.
No,
like,
yeah, me too.
Even though I will love them. Like two of the Pokemon ones on my desk, the sitting cuties ones.
Yeah, I love the sitting cuties.
Like I like those. Like obviously I wish they weren't static, but you know, ain't gonna complain. They're like awesome.
This fucking shit, I hate this shit. I much prefer my like the just the class like I feel like people have warped the idea of what cute means because everyone's like, oh, cute's like big and sparkly and like really like kawaii.
Now they have robots telling you what's cute.
Yeah. No, cute can
Which
just like
it sucks because it works because whatever the robot says, it actually kind of gives them the money that they're wanting, but.
It sucks because it's like it's not true all the time though. Like cute could just be a real animal. That's where Webkins got it right. Bring back Webkins, the good ones. Like I say this as if like a Webkins marketer is gonna see my stream and be like, you know, this streamer said that our Webkins aren't good. Let's bring them back. I can only hope. All right. I like that answer a lot. That's a. I didn't even think about that one when I wrote down my questions. Honestly.
Yeah, that's like again, like I could probably think of something if I really, like, thought about it for a long time. But like it was getting late, and I was like, oh, I need to finish.
I'm sorry. I said these
answers.
questions really late. By the way.
No. It's fine. Like I was going through it for most of the day.
Okay.
Yesterday.
I just want to make sure you had them in time. I was just like, I got so distracted with so many other things because I had like 2 Spanish tests.
Yeah, it's all good. You gotta prioritize that.
Yeah, but speaking of priority,
and then I'm like always around, so it's like
that's
like,
good.
If like today or tomorrow it didn't even work, it's like any other day probably would have.
Speaking about prioritize. What was your thing as a kid? Was it art, gaming, writing, any of the sorts? And how's that hobby or skill developed over the years? And how would you compare it to your younger self?
So, my main thing was making videos. Obviously, I loved cartoons. Like, I've talked about most of the stuff that I kind of wrote in the spot. But, you know, I always just, you know, made videos, like the Club Penguin videos. And then, like, when I was younger, I would like really span out. Since I didn't really have Flash yet, I would make stop motions or I'd like record my friends and stuff. But I don't know. It's just mostly just making videos however I could and uploading them to YouTube. And eventually that got my first YouTube channel deleted because I was like, oh, I can screen record Family Guy. And upload it to my YouTube and it gets views. So that got my first channel canned, and that sucks because I had all my original stuff.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but I'd say over the years I kept focusing more on the animation part because it's like that's the main thing that interested me. And then the main thing that kept me interested is that like there was this big push for like, oh, you're too old to watch cartoons, but I was like, no, I want to keep watching them. So I kind of like. I remember specifically one day I was asked by like my dad or my brother, and why I do that, and like I kind of lied in the moment. I said, "Oh, it's because I want to make them someday," and then I kind of went with the lie. I was like, "You know what? I actually think I do want to do that." So that's kind of what sparked the rest of my life. Is you know, but you know, you keep making things, and eventually you get lucky. You have like luck is big in this, and eventually, you know, Perry Grip found what I was doing since I did the making my own Perry Grip song videos, and then like over time, you just keep making things, you meet people, you keep making stuff with them, and then like then all of a sudden you're like an artist that like has made things and people know you.
Mm-hmm.
So but I guess like compared to my like younger years,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm a lot more focused now with like animation and like and sound specifically because I do sound design.
Yeah.
But I kind of missed back when I first started because
Mm-hmm.
like I was just like trying everything and like using different stuff to like make videos with. Because like essentially like I liked making videos at the end of the day. It wasn't so much just the cartoons, but
Yeah. And
yeah.
how it was like and like without like how far you've gone with the luck you've been given to like be given like a
Yeah.
platform like this. Like I guess this leads into like the next question. Oh wait, not exactly the next question, but actually like the one this was before. I guess I'll ask this one. What would you consider the cringiest thing you did as a kid?
Okay, this is the one I had the most trouble figuring out because like everything you do growing up as a kid is cringy, depending on how you view it.
Yeah.
But I don't really like think it's cringy. I think it's just a kid being a kid kind of thing. So like, I don't know. Like, if I had a specific cringy thing, it would obviously just be like, I'm a little kid doing a little kid thing.
Just existing.
Yeah, just existing. If I were to like choose a specific time that was kind of, I guess, technically cringy, was probably the times when like I didn't know what furries were, and I was in that space of furries where like I just thought people liked cats, and I was like, okay, I'll make my own cat character, my own animation meme videos.
Yeah.
And so like for years I didn't know that they were like a community, and like that's like a thing. I just thought it was people who made characters that were, you know, cats.
So you somehow found yourself making furries.
Yeah, and now I have furry characters in my back, and then also like I'm just surrounded by furry art. Also, like I was just talking to someone recently. Like I'm very like furry adjacent, and I mean I guess that I'm not beating the allegations having a persona, but like I'm very furry adjacent. I don't really identify as one, but like obviously I'm very into Pokemon.
You just have the interest.
I like things that aren't like I love characters, but I love characters that aren't really people.
Yeah.
So just, you know. But yeah, I do have this character design that I'm using currently, but then I also have my own furry character that is still one of my characters. I just don't draw him anymore. And he's a blue, he's a blue cat, and he was an adoptable too. Like I didn't even make him.
Really?
Yeah, and but obviously like I made him my own kind of character, adding different stuff. But like originally like the color scheme was like this blue cat with like the color scheme of like Red Bull, like really like flash blue, flash red, and flash yellow. And I named him like Blitz. So he's just like he's another product of his time.
He's a product of his time. That's so. Have you drawn him like at all? Like what was the last time you drew him?
So I think I drew him in the past year or so because like some years back I went on like an internet scavenger hunt for like my first internet friend. Because like I lost connection with him like obviously like at some point or another when I kind of like upgraded to like Skype and then started making like Skype friends with people on the ground and stuff. Like this person was like my like furry friend, I guess. And so over the years like I just had no contact with them. And then I finally went, you know what? I'm gonna look for them. And so I was just doing a lot of like searching, and then like I finally found them somehow. And it's very hard because like their YouTube channels are all like old and not used anymore. And then I had to kind of like use links that were like if I found a link, I was like, okay, go on this link as a scavenger hunt. And like he even transitioned during this time, so it made it like extra hard because I was like I had no clue if it was actually him or not. So I finally like when I thought I found him, I was like, "Hey, were you this person?" And they're like, "Oh my god, it's you." Yeah. And so that was kind of cool because like they're the ones who where I got the adoptable from. So that's kind of like I don't know. So when I like talk to them again, I like redrew the characters and all that.
Mm-hmm. That's
So that
crazy.
yeah, that was cool.
Oh. Wow. Oh. That's so funny that it's just like you found
Yeah.
yourself becoming a furry just on accident.
Yeah, yeah. If like I ain't beaten no furry allegations.
Mm-hmm. You don't really do much to like deject them.
No, yeah. Like if someone's just like you're a furry, I'd be like, no, but whatever. Like
Just
I'm not gonna sit there
okay.
and sit there and like say, hey, no, I'm not. Shut
No,
up.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I just like everything that they like.
Which makes me kind of adjacent to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. I get it. Every baby's first soda.
Yeah.
All right. Well, going past the cringe, what would you say that? All right. So, going past the cringe, do you think your past self would be excited or even proud of the person you become now, or do you think otherwise?
Yeah. Little me would be over the moon with what I'm doing right now.
Mm.
One, I work with Perry Grip.
Mm-hmm.
That would already blow my little mind. Um, I already like one of my main things is that like I like to inspire people to like make things, and I've had people over the years just like blatantly be like, "You inspired me," and so like just having a whole bunch of those, like younger me would be like, "What? Really?" Like, and then like also since I've wanted to make a cartoon or cartoons
Mm-hmm.
since I was little, so the fact that I'm doing that, right now is like
Mm-hmm.
that in itself would be crazy. Like, obviously, Little Me would be a lot more excited if like I already had like a TV show or a book
Yeah.
series, but like still at the point that I'm at now, I'd be like, what? No way! Like, brain explode. Even though like I'm still very hard on myself now. Like I feel like I'm still like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still haven't. I feel like I haven't done anything yet. Like apparently from it's just what other people have said. I've been a big big help. So that's all I could ever want really.
Aw, that's really good. I'm working on my. Yeah, you keep working on the animated series, Jacob. You keep working on it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. So.
It only gets done if you make it.
Mm-hmm. So to go along with with your past self, if you could go back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
It would be draw more.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that I already tell people now, I would tell myself tenfold. Like I hardly ever draw, and it's always been an issue since since probably middle school. I just stopped drawing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, I'm like I kind of have to go to the bathroom like really.
Do you want to go to the bathroom?
It's been yeah, I've been like chugging this water.
Do you want? We can take a quick bathroom break.
It hit me all at once. I was like, oh my god.
We can take a quick bathroom break.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, just
hold on one sec.
No, yeah, take your time. I'll
yeah,
switch.
that sorry, that like hit me like a truck. I was like, holy whoa! Like I like shifted a little bit,
yeah,
and I just felt. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, you go take your time. Go take your time. Oh, thanks, Lukey. Thank you for the glorified hydrates. Thank you. I will drink my water, but I'm not gonna like it. Ah. I really hope y'all are enjoying the second episode of the interviews I've been doing. I'm really happy I finally got the chance to do it. I was so worried that I wouldn't have the chance to do these interviews when I was working on revamping all my stuff. But no, I finally get to do them. I'm really happy I get to do them now, and I hope y'all in chat are enjoying them as much as I am talking to everyone. I do. I'm excited for more of these, Tim. I'm so glad. I'm so genuinely glad. I'm hoping to get more special guests like on board to like talk to an interview. I'm always a little shy to talk to people when it comes to like interview stuff. No, more or less not interview, but more or less just like, I guess just reach out to people. Just like, hey, do you want to be interviewed or whatever? I would love. This is so happy. And hi, first time in chat, Kolf? I hope I said that right. But welcome, first time in chat. I also want to tell my younger self to draw more. I can relate to a lot of this because I stopped drawing for a long period. Hi, how you doing? I feel like that's made my growth lesser than my age. I get that, Kai. I genuinely get that. There was a period in my life where I just stopped drawing for a bit, and I feel like if I continued to stop drawing, it would have affected me negatively. But honestly, I think everyone would have told their younger selves, especially artists, just keep going, just keep drawing. Like, you got this, Tiger. I will say there is a guaranteed episode next Thursday. I won't say who the guest is, but there's a guaranteed next episode. I'm hoping that I can do every Tuesday and Thursday these streams, if I can find the guests for them, that is. But honestly, like, I'm having fun with it. I generally am having fun with like talking to new people, like I most specifically like talking to new people about like these questions because I already know my friends like the back of my hand. Well, there's probably some details I don't know about them entirely. Like, I feel like it's just more interesting talking to like, that sounds so mean. If my friends who are watching this, you are interesting, believe me. It's just I already know y'all so well. What time do you hold nostalgia chat?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, welcome back. Also, Nightcrawler, to answer your question. Oh, yeah?
I was having a hot flash. I needed to change real quick, too.
You're good. Also, Nightcrawler, to answer your question. Honestly, I don't know exactly what times I'll continue to host Nostalgic Chatter. Just so far, I know the days will always be Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was just talking to my chat, but I was like, oh, I hope y'all are enjoying this, and like I might do like more of these like every Tuesday and Thursday if I can find more people. Because I would love to talk to more people. I've been having fun talking with you, by the way. I hope you know that.
Yeah. It's been great.
So, yeah, and funny enough, we're actually on our last question for this interview.
Sweet. Yeah, I probably could have. No, never mind. I couldn't have pulled.
No, you could. I did not want to torture you.
But yeah, we were almost there.
You did good. Like almost 3 hours, you did good. But I'll ask you this last question, and this is the most important question ever. Did you have layup sketchers as a kid?
I believe I did at one point. But I have other nostalgia with some shoes. A little shoe called, well, maybe not a little shoe, they're kind of big shoes. Heelys.
Heelys!
Yeah. And the thing is with Heelys is that, like, you weren't allowed to wear them at school.
Yeah.
But I still wore the shoes, and the shoes are very big, and I'm very small. So it was just like, I had these big clumping shoes when I was, like, first few years of middle school. It's just, like, because I've always been, like, very, very tiny, and then in school I was even tinier. So it's just, like, it's just a funny image looking back that I was just this kid with, like, ripped jeans and big brown Heelys on with no wheels.
Cloud shoes.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, I never worn Heelys before because they were a hazard to me, so I never had them. Was the heel, like... So there's a wheel where the heel should be.
Yeah, you can take them out.
What did it, when you walk, was it like ever like clacking, or like did it ever like make a sound when you walked with them?
So you take them out when you're just walking around and wearing them. Like, that's how I was able to just wear them.
Oh, so you remove them.
Yeah. And that's why, but they're kind of big because you have to have the wheel on them.
Wheel, yeah.
Yeah, so you would take the wheels out, and obviously the teachers are like, no, you can't have Heelys, but I'm like, you can't tell me what to do, but also I followed every single rule. I was a goody two shoes in school. So
That
I
was
like,
your
okay,
one
fine.
rebel.
Yeah, but I still wore the Heelys. I just didn't wear the wheels in them. So there's just it's like wearing like roller skates without
The
wheels on them, kind of. Well, that's essentially what they kind of were.
Yeah.
It was just like big shoes that had wheels in the heels, but like
The,
they're very silly looking shoes.
I didn't even know you could remove the heels in Heelys.
Yeah. There's just like they looked like little skate wheels.
Like there was only one wheel, right? Or was there multiple?
There's just one in each foot.
There was one in each foot. Okay.
Yeah.
And
the shoes were just like I think if I remember correctly, this image kind of sucks, but like I think these were the ones I was wearing.
Let me see.
And they look like
Oh, they are big. What?
Yeah, they're like big and clunky.
Oh
wait, you know what? No, you actually know what? Never mind. It wasn't those ones.
Oh.
It was these ones.
Let me
right
see.
Here. I wore these.
They're still really huge.
Yeah, they're very big, and I was a very small kid. I'm still very small. So like they would still be big nowadays.
Let me show this to stream. Like, I don't know if anyone else knows what heelsies are. Those are really big shoes. I thought the wheels were a lot smaller, actually.
No, they're big.
So, when you wore these, did you ever, like, fall or, like, trip?
Surprisingly, no.
No.
You have a lot of control. And it's just, you have to, like, learn how to, like, flick your foot and then, like, do the position with your feet for them to work. It's kind of like riding a bike. I feel like I haven't worn these well over 15 years. But if I were to put them on now, I probably would remember how to use them.
I'll take that answer instead of laying up Skechers.
Yeah.
I'll take that answer happily.
Yeah.
But that's all the questions I got. And we about just reached the time as well.
Sweet.
Thank you again, Boone, for joining me. I very much appreciate it. Do you prefer your Twitter or Twitch be shout out?
Probably Twitter, because I really only like lurk on Twitch.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just watching Hassan all day.
Yeah. Everyone in here, definitely go check out Boone on Twitter. Very talented artist and animator. It also made freaking the art behind It's Raining Tacos.
If you like Raining Tacos, go subscribe to Perry Grip. Or we're still making Raining Tacos videos.
Hell yeah! So if you love the animation It's Raining Tacos, or you love the idea of Raining Tacos, go follow them.
Yeah.
So excited for these future streams. I'm so glad y'all are enjoying these as much as I am. And again, thank you, Boone, for coming on here and agreeing. Yeah,
it's a cool concept.
I'm so glad. I was so excited when you said yes, because like I felt like, well, I'll still be honest. Like, I got one question for you actually. How did you find my Twitter by chance?
I just saw your notifications a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and I follow, like, if I see someone usually with an icon where I'm like, oh, they make art. I look, I'll be like, oh, they make art. Let's take a look. And then usually I'll do a little skim and I'll be like, either boom, follow, or boom, and I don't really care. So that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I liked your art, so I was like, yeah,
thank you.
Follow. And then I just saw your name a lot, like, so it's kind of like, because like I guess technically, like, not many people follow me back when I follow them. So like when an artist follows me back, I typically go, or I don't know, when I'm a mutual with an artist, I kind of have a heightened, like, oh, I'm aware of this person. But yeah, I just see you online a lot. Well, just in my notifications, I mean.
Right. I was just really curious because when I saw that you followed me on Twitter, I was like, hold on, like zoom in, enhance, you know? I was like,
I mean, it could have been I followed you first, maybe, if you tweet it, because like I said, I look up Raining Tacos sometimes. If you've mentioned it at all, I probably
I don't
maybe
know if
could have
I
found it from
did.
there.
Is the thing.
Yeah. So if I were to guess, maybe you found a tweet that was like Rainy Tacos related,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw your icon and went, "Oh, is this an artist?"
Mm.
So yeah, I just kind of just do that in general.
That's fair. I was just really curious about that, but thank you for answering.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, thank you again for joining with me today.
Heck yeah.
I really do appreciate it. Thank you everyone chat for joining today and listening to me and Boone talk. This has been a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this again. In the works.
Yeah.
Can't spoil anything.
No, this one specifically. Usually, I'm very open about like the next parts and stuff, but this one is gonna be a big one.
Very big, very large.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what you got next in store. Again, thank you everyone for this stream. I'm gonna separate. We're gonna go raid Sen. Yeah, they just started streaming, so we'll just go bother them. Any raid messages we should do?
What is a raid message?
Basically, a raid message is like when we go raid a channel, it's like we come in screaming the message, basically.
Oh.
Like, the last stream I did with my friend Kat, we just went in my other friend's stream and just screamed meow, 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 meow.
Scream it's raining tacos.
Yeah, why did I think of that, actually? Yeah, let's do it, it's raining tacos! Yeah, chat, when we go raid Sen, this is the, raid message. Yeah, we'll do that! And we can't forget Kat. Thank you again for everyone joining and watching and all the love. Much appreciate. I will not be doing a stream tomorrow purely because I'm going to be working on commission work and I want to prioritize that. So, also I have D&D tomorrow, so I can't stream especially. But I will be streaming on Monday and I'll be starting Pokemon Crystal. And Tuesday, I'll hopefully have another guest with me on Nostalgia
Pokemon
Chatter.
Crystal.
Yeah, I'm doing this thing where I Nuzlocke every Pokemon game. I'll have to talk about more off stream. We got a raid now because the timer's going down.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you
right.
everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.